The East Finals resume tonight. Do a good job here. Just going to be, every night you got a conference finals game on as long as those series last. And so we'll keep track. And so far, I do know this. I learned this early in my elementary education. 2 is greater than 1. And despite any thoughts that I may have about the future for one Anthony Edwards, Air 2, I don't know. Air 2, I might be grounded. It might be more like Air, let's see. Good. But yeah, having 2 of those guys that can perform like the alpha dog. And it was Kyrie in the first quarter who kept them in a game. I heard Anthony Edwards say in the postgame that he thought they came out flat. But bro, you had 33 at the half and 33 after 1 and 63 at the half. Y'all weren't flat. No, the fourth quarter killed the T-Wolves, where they had a lead that went bye-bye. I saw this headline yesterday. Now it's everywhere, and file it under the most unsurprising headlines that you would expect to read. Former NFL star Antonio Brown files for bankruptcy. Yeah, you could see that one coming, couldn't you? And I don't say that to really even to make fun. I say it to remind you, tell me a bigger, faster fall. I wouldn't even say from grace, but just from position. Antonio Brown was like a Tyreek Hill, bro. I'm not saying he had the exact same skill set, but those are the kind of numbers. Pull up Antonio Brown's numbers for me in there, E. How old is Antonio Brown now? 35, maybe? Maybe? But he had I don't remember what those statistical markers were. I don't remember if it was at least 5 catches every game or at least X amount of yards every game. But I'm pretty sure Antonio Brown had like a 1,800-yard season with the Steelers.
He did.
Yeah, at the top of his best year for Antonio Brown, is it like 115 catches for 1,800 yards and 12 touchdowns?
136 catches, 1,834 yards. That year he had 10 touches. His highest as far as touchdowns was 15, and he had 1,297 yards and 104 catches.
How many seasons overall did he have at least 100?
He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight seasons with over 100.
6 straight seasons. You forget how? Maybe you don't forget. Maybe this is a duh. Maybe the duh is falling off the ship here.
110 for 1,500, 129 for 1,698, 136 for 1,834, 106 for 1,284, 101 for 1,533, and 104 for 1,297.
Okay, I'm going to say, and how many years is that?
That was 6 straight seasons.
Okay, is that, I say this seriously, is that the best 6-game stretch in the history of the NFL?
Ever.
Doesn't it have to be? Combo catches, yards, no combo, but each of those categories. I bet it's the most in a 6-year span for catches. I bet it's the most in a 6-year span for yards, and it'll be awful close if it's not the most for a 6-year span in touchdowns in NFL history. And so what was his final year what was his last year like that? Like the 100, 1,500 kind of cat.
It was 2018,
okay.
And it was 104 catches for 1,297 and 15 touchdowns.
And that was it with the Steelers still?
Yep.
And that you said 2018?
2018.
And then 2019 was he?
He had 1 game, 4 receptions.
For who, Pittsburgh?
No, New England.
Okay, so that was after he so then he forced his way basically out of Pittsburgh. He left for New England. I don't remember. Did he get hurt? I guess he got hurt that year?
I don't remember. It was something crazy.
And then what did he do?
And then he went one game, and then 8 games with the Bucs, and then 7 games with the Bucs, and pretty much didn't do much.
Gosh, I'm not having I'm not having some brain rot here. Isn't Antonio Brown also one that went to the Raiders for a hot minute?
Yeah, he never played though.
Right though, didn't he? And there was something with his shoe or his foot or his. And so what was his best year? His best year then was a year with the Bucs. Was that the 8-game year? Is the most he's played?
7 games, yeah.
7 games is the most he's played since 2018?
I'm sorry, he had 8-game year.
Okay, 8 games is the most he's played though since 2018?
Yes, sir.
And what did he do that year? He had more like 600 yards and 6 touchdowns kind of thing?
483 yards, and then the following he had 545 yards.
Okay.
8 touchdowns total in both. 4 and 4.
And how old is he now?
He's 35. He'll be 36 in July.
35. I mean, look at those prime years. So if he's 35 now, that means that in 2018, that was what, 6 years ago? He was 29, coming off his 29-year-old season. Look at those wasted years of piled-on production. Antonio Brown, that's Hall of Famer, right? Because of those 6 years, that 6 year stretch, or
nah, he ruined that.
He's ruined it, huh? Has he?
Definitely.
Man, what a God, man! Talk about banging yourself, dude. Banged himself so hard. It's a Hall of Fame career, Et. And you feel like that he needed some medical support. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like think about it. Are there any jerks in the Hall of Fame, like bad character guys?
Well, I'm sure there are some.
But outwardly open like that.
Well, and especially in today's day and age, it's a different standard you're put to. Who knows what some of these guys were? Behind the scenes, you didn't know. You didn't see any and everything about them all the time. Yeah, now add bankruptcy, and look, there've been run-ins with the law, right? Lawsuits, throwing furniture off of balconies. Shoot, took over at one point. We talked on these Ferry Air about Antonio Brown playing an arena game here. Went and basically bankrupted an arena team. I think they folded halfway through. He's gotten into these, these trollish snipe attacks at Brady, the one dude who's, at least it seems from this perspective, trying to help the guy. You hear the term self-destructive, right? Self-destructive behavior. Some people are just got that, don't they? They just got that self-destruction in them. But, yeah. Well, when we get really knee-deep into the baseball season, we'll start to pay attention to a certain baseball team and just what they're doing. And that would be the Phillies, who won again last night, and now 36-14. It's the best 50-game start since the record-setting 2001 Seattle Mariners, who to this day hold the record for most wins in a season. I think it was 116. Yes, it was. But they rout the Rangers last night 11-4. It's the hottest prolonged stretch in the history of Phillies baseball. After starting 2-4, they've gone 34-10. It's the first time in franchise history they've ever won 34 of 44 games. Their 36-14 start's the best 50-game start to a season in Major League Baseball since the 2001 Mariners were 38-12 to start that year, in which they went on to win 116. The Phillies right now on pace to win 116 games. No team has won more than 116 in Major League Baseball history. The 1906 Cubs also won 116, but those are the only two. The Phillies had been as good as 33-10 over late in 77. If you were around back then, tip of the cap to those Phillies teams. Seemed like it was the Phillies and the Dodgers in the NLCS an awful lot. That team with Mike Schmidt and Steve Carlton, in fact, lost in the NLCS to, you guessed it, to the Los Angeles Dodgers. But man, they're just getting it from everywhere. And by the way, that's without Trey Turner for a while. His replacement now is homered twice in his week of duty since he went down. So, Phillies are not just playing real good baseball and not just playing great baseball. At this point, they're playing, they're on a historic schedule kind of baseball. All right, interesting here to take a look at when we come back on the other side. I was, as always, I'm perusing this offseason of lists. And this isn't so much to look for any feel good, although I did get a little bit of that yesterday from the Trevor analysis from the boys at PFF. But anyway, just to kind of get a lay of the land on who's improved. One thing that is true, if you haven't paid attention, and I don't blame you if you haven't, not like if I say to you, even you sports fans, man, who does Saquon Barkley play for?
Eagles.
Yeah. You're knee deep. I'm not sure everybody out there listening knows Saquon Barkley, and that's not meant as an insult. It's just, some people check out on that kind of news when you get to the offseason. You may not be aware of certain teams' personnel groups, and how there could be total overhauls from how you last saw them, what you think of them as. The Bills would be an example. What the Bills ended last season as with Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis is not what like the Bills will look like this year, as they count on a rookie Keon Coleman and oh gosh, what's the other Shakir. So there's a listing of this one's on, I believe, CBS Sports, but it doesn't come from the sweatshop. It's safe to pour through. 2024 NFL offensive infrastructure rankings. We going deep on the list. Not offensive rankings, ET. Not offensive line rankings, not quarterback rankings, not receiver units. No. The 2024 NFL offensive infrastructure rankings. So this will be fun. First, we can all learn what an infrastructure ranking is. If it involves a physical mauling presence on the offensive line, we're starting behind the 8 ball. That and more when we return. It's Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday. No job too big or too small for my friends at Custom Tree Surgeons. You can always find out more at CustomTreeSurgeons.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
What's the deal with the show?
The 1010XL Podcast Network is now available just about everywhere you find podcasts.
I mean, I think the show's going to be a huge hit.
Search for your favorite 1010XL podcast in your platform of choice.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey folks, this is Dave Benyon with my son Ammon here from Zero Res. Ammon, you've been cleaning air ducts for a while now. What are some of the reasons customers might consider getting their air ducts cleaned?
There are many reasons. Many times, people suffer needlessly from poor indoor air quality produced by the conditions in their air system. Construction dust, the presence of bacterial growth, and years' worth of buildup all come together to make your air ducts a pretty gross place. If you suffer from allergies, have recently moved, recently remodeled, or have never had your air ducts cleaned, then now is the best time to call. By calling Zero Res, you'll have the peace of mind of knowing that you called the best of the best. Our state-of-the-art truck mount system and top-of-the-line service representatives simply can't be found anywhere else. Google Zero Res and read thousands of 5-star reviews.
So what kind of deals can I expect?
Just mention that you heard us on the radio, and we'll give you $100 off your air duct cleaning.
Wow, that sounds like a pretty great deal. Remember, folks, Zero Res,
spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
CEROREC, Zero Res.
Stevie Beatrice from Beatrice Plumbing here. A lot of plumbing companies say a lot of things. We focus on what customers say. Like who a few weeks ago, Donna, said the entire experience was the best fix-it experience she ever had. Or Chris, whose hot water went out on a Saturday and he thanked us for getting it fixed that night. Because that's the difference when you hire a real plumber. They show up to fix the problem. So next time you need a plumber, remember Beatrice Plumbing. Because real plumbers fix problems real fast.
Discover the difference that local expertise makes at First Coast Lighting and Fans. Visit their showroom at the Avenues and browse high-quality products to match your desire for elegance, quality, and uniqueness at First Coast Lighting and Fans.
We could call them helmets and cleats. but they don't wear cleats.
Those shoes are hot.
Mia O'Brien, Lauren Brooks, and Taylor Dahl.
From the First Coast Lighting Studios at 1010XL.
Weekdays noon to 2.
You think you could join us?
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay and Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
International soccer returns this summer. Don't miss Premier League clubs, Wolves and West Ham in Jacksonville for the Stateside Cup, July 27th at Everbank Stadium. Tickets as low as $35 at statesidecup.com.
Hey sports fans, this is Hayes Carlyon for QC Kinetics. This is the absolute worst time of the year to be dealing with joint pain. You can't do all the outdoor stuff you love to do, hiking, jogging, biking, playing on the beach. Don't go through summer missing out on life. Call QC Kinetics now and find out how they can use biologics from your own body to give new life to your achy joints. You gotta call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. 904-274-5522. Serving the Jacksonville area with locations in Mandarin and Ponte Vedra Beach. Again, this is the future of medicine. Tens of thousands of QC Kinetics patients around the country are living their best life this year because they made the call. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation. Revolutionary treatments for joint pain are here. Again, Mandarin and Ponte Vedra Beach. Call QC Kinetics now, 904-274-5522. That's QC Kinetics.
Prosser here. As you may or may not know by now, I did the research and decided to go with Jack's Concrete Coatings for my garage floor. OMG, as the kids would say. I can't begin to tell you how good it looks, how happy we are. We brag on it anytime someone walks in the garage. They had the job finished in one day with a lifetime warranty. That's right. As the certified Pintech dealer for North Florida, the only company offering pure polyurea, I can't wait to do my patio deck next. Call 862-2000. That's the number, 862-2000, or jacksconcretecoatings.com.
Tired of an AC warranty that doesn't seem to cover what actually breaks? Not at Vaughn's Heating and Air. New AC units from Vaughn's include a 10-year warranty covering all parts, all labor, and all refrigerant. So remember, if your AC won't turn on, just call Vaughn's.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I think Hick may be a little salty when he comes in today, E.T. Maybe a little salty. I want to get this in. It's not a shot. But it's been a rough little 48 hours for my guy. The Mets are just getting hammered all over the place, I think. I haven't been paying much attention. It seems like they're always... I know they lost the series to the Marlins. That's also known as bottoming out in the sport. His Knicks, long ago eliminated. He forgot to get his picks in. He's got Smotherman and Block. Smotherman, by the way, was like 12th there last year, so he's not dead there. Anyway, but most importantly, what he has sold it all for, what he has traded it all for, is the glory and riches of the New York Rangers. Ooh, Rangers at home last night, shut out 3-0. So they'll fall behind 1-0 in that series. Top of the news morning. Mavs get game one on the road, and as we know, that means, E.T., they're just 2 wins away from winning the series because we now get to that Kyrie being 14-0 in games with the ability to close out the opponent. Elimination games, Kyrie, this is an amazing stat, isn't it? 14-0 now. So it's like, it was a behind-the-8-ball situation for the T-Wolves all along. They got to win 4, but apparently the Mavs really only have to win 3 because the 4th with Kyrie has been guaranteed. Did a little exploring in the break. That's what I do. I'm going to player A and player B you, E to the T. First, how is the golf tournament going? Where are you at? Are you full yet? You need people still to get out, or not need, but is there an ability for people to still get out and join you? Join us next Friday?
There might be a couple more foursomes, but we're over 100 golfers for sure.
Wow, look at you, man.
But also, you don't have to golf to come out there.
No.
There's going to be a lot to do.
Come party.
Longest drive, longest putt.
Sure.
There's going to be a putting green that has all type of prizes
My
scattered
man knows
around.
how to, listen, E.T. is new to the golf, but he's embracing it, and he knows how to throw a party. So
it's going to be party time.
Oh, I like it.
And I might be giving out a little something for best dress. You know, I like that golf swag.
He does like I might throw a little something together for you. It'd be age appropriate conservatism, but eye catching nonetheless. So that's next Friday. So if they do want to snag one of these remaining foursomes, and by the way, the money put to good use. And we'll have a good time at raising it in the meantime. How do they get involved if it's not too late?
Head over to e2the.com/e2the. Click on Foundation, and you'll see it there.
All right, there you go. I don't know. It just came over me there. So I'm going to play back to what I was going to say, player A, player B with you. All right? Okay. Player A. These two careers, by the way, spanned about the same amount of time. One of these guys played 10 games more than the other. So about the same amount of games. I shouldn't say about. That's a 10-game difference. So whatever value you want to take for that. Player A, 11,619 yards, 83 touchdowns, 731 catches. You got me? Let's do it the other way, what we're more used to. 731 catches, 11,619 yards, 83 touchdowns. Player B, 928 catches, 291 yards, 83 touchdowns. Which of those two would you say had the better career? Player A, 731 for 11,619. Player 2, 928 for 12,291.
Let him go with player 2.
Man, I ain't no fool. What you asking me that question for like I'm a dummy? Player A. By the way, player B did play 11 more games. Player A, 135 games. Player B, 146. But in fairness, player B left one of them extending the middle finger at halftime, taking his uniform off on the way out. Player B is Antonio Brown. And those numbers, by the way, aren't on the the Mount Rushmore of receiving totals career-wise in NFL history. Antonio Brown's numbers, 928 for 1221. I'm sorry, 12,291. And gosh, I got these. It's killing me, man. This technology, how this. So we got this set up, right? We have what calls it. I have my own computer here in front of me, and then we call the call screener. And then you can, depending on how you move your mouse there, you can move it from. Okay, we're back. You can move it from one screen to the next. But gosh, dog, sometimes you move it to the wrong one, you're screwed, man.
Dunzo.
Can't get it back. You feel me? I'm back now, though. I can't be contained. Yeah, so AB's 12,291 yards. That's only 25th in NFL history. His 83 touchdowns, that's 26th in NFL history. That's tied, by the way, with player A. They both had 83 touchdowns, 26th in NFL history. His yardage total of 12,291 is 25th in NFL history. And, I got the yards here. Hold on. And his catches, which were 928, that's good for 21st all-time. I say this because we were talking about Antonio Brown, Hall of Famer, not Hall of Famer, and that would seem to be like, those basically, the touchdowns are much more, but basically that's Jimmy Smith. Those numbers are basically Jimmy, not the number of catches. That's way more for Antonio Brown, but the yards and the yards and the touchdown. Well, even catches, 862 for Jimmy. He's 30th. Antonio Brown is 21st. But let's go back to player A, player B. And to your point, E.T., the type of character that you are and what it means for your Hall of Fame chances.
I think so. I think that plays a role.
Okay. Player A, 731 for 11, 619, 83 touchdowns. Antonio Brown, 928 catches, 12,291 yards, the same 83 touchdowns. AB, we are at best on the fence as a Hall of Famer, and I think we would. It looks like over the course of time, factoring it all in, he will not be. Agreed?
Agreed.
Player A, first ballot. Yesterday. Player A is Calvin Johnson.
Word?
Player A is Calvin Johnson,
Hey.
who has 200 fewer catches than AB, 600 fewer yards, and the same amount, 83 touchdowns.
And no Super Bowl.
But one guy just quietly grabbed his lunch pail,
Yeah.
trudged off to the Motor City to go work on the assembly line known as what they assembled in Detroit often were losses.
High character.
Just a high character, quiet, finally, all right, I've done the best I can. That's going to do it for me in my football career. I'm out, Detroit.
Yeah.
And walks directly into the Hall of Fame.
First ballot.
Right?
Yeah, and I think a lot of that is character. It's not. That just goes to show you it's not just about the numbers. Because I'm telling you, AB's not going to get into the Hall of Fame. It's strictly based off of what he's done off the field.
Yeah, you don't have to. You don't. Yeah, I don't need a lot of convincing there. And I don't disagree at all. I do think though it's amazing that
That is interesting.
Again, AB played 10 more games. 9.5 if you count the middle finger, shoulder pad. But it's just, it's fascinating that. And Calvin Johnson, there was no pushback. Right in, right in,
yeah.
in an era. These are the guys. I mean, I don't know which category you want to look at. I mean, all of them. I mean, AB are those numbers. Calvin Johnson's another 15, 20 behind him all time. All time catches. Calvin Johnson's 52nd. Calvin Johnson had fewer catches by a mile than Julio Jones, Keenan Allen, Keenan McCardell, Jimmy Smith, Muhsin Muhammad, Irving Fryer, Rod Smith.
Sheesh.
Keyshawn had more catches than Chad Johnson. Keyshawn. And than Calvin Johnson. And you can look in some other areas. So just, you want to talk about the opposite bounce effect of getting in the Hall of Fame. That's like the Calvin Johnson's, I guess, just what? Reputation?
Absolutely.
His countenance, his professionalism?
Yeah. Whatever room he walked in, it don't matter who you ask. Is Calvin Johnson Hall of Fame? Yep. Calvin Johnson Hall of Fame? Yep.
And he got by a lot of those really good players. He went right by him, man, in the VIP lane. He had the fast pass at Disney. No one asked a question. No one said, but wait, his numbers are this.
He wasn't even questioned.
And by the way, I think a lot of people would find it absolutely shocking when I tell you that Calvin Johnson, 52nd all-time in career receptions. I think that, and even knowing that he had a relatively short career, but here's Antonio Brown with a similarly, the receiving touchdown number I told you was 26th all-time. So he's 52nd in catches. He's 26th in touchdowns, and in receiving yards, what did I say he had? 34th. 34th. By the way, having to get through in this time where the asterisk is, these guys all catch 100. Jalen Waddle caught 100. They throw the ball all the time. It's not the same era. Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, kiddos, and just be nice to people.
Right.
There's that haul, man.
Uh-huh.
All right, on now to these ethereal infrastructure rankings. A weighted grading system sizes up the offensive infrastructure of all 32 teams. Now, I'm being a little bit facetious here. I think the infrastructure is the blood and guts of your operation, right? So the quarterback is going to play a big role in, I would think, infrastructure rankings. Age, of your offense is probably going to play into it. Certainly how it stacks up and is graded at various positions. And then probably up the middle of your offensive line or your left tackle is a core piece. So I think it's probably going to take into account a variety of those factors. I've never heard of an infrastructure ranking, to be honest. They write to set up the qualifiers here. There's nothing more determinative of a team's success in the league than the quality of its quarterback and the pieces with which the organization surrounds him. If you have the right mixture, you can overcome almost anything. Who's your quarterback? Who's protecting? Who's catching his passes? Who's behind him in the backfield? Who's scheming the players open, putting them in position to succeed? Are there injury and or depth issues at the positions? All the pieces matter. Welcome to the 5th annual, apparently, Offensive Infrastructure Rankings. It's a weighted grading system. You're giving a 1 to 5 rating, 1 being terrible, 5 being elite, in the following areas: quarterback, play caller, offensive line, pass catchers, that's wide receivers and tight ends, and running backs. They're weighted so that the quarterback was the most important component of the offense, followed by the play caller, then the offensive line, then the pass catchers, and then, running backs, you. Because really that is kind of how modern offenses in the NFL do work, unless you got a Christian McCaffrey or someone like that. They put this a final qualifier, not necessarily rankings how we expect these offenses to perform this season. They're an attempt to capture which offenses are best positioned for success based on those qualities, the quarterback and how he is surrounded. So enough of all that. Let's start with the bottom. Tier number 6. And life comes at you fast, ET. The worst team in football is also, or at least what some would suggest, is also the team with the worst offensive infrastructure. And after 100 years of Tom Brady, good, you deserve it. It's the New England Patriots. Again, 1 being terrible, 5 being elite. Their highest grade was at running back, though least important, and that only got a 3.5. Quarterback, 2.5, blah, blah, blah. We won't spend much more time. All right, here we go. 31, the Panthers. A tie between the Raiders and Broncos. One more, tier 5. This is teams 27-20. Steelers. Wow, really? Well, I think the Steelers would be their infrastructure. Obviously you have questions at quarterback, but they did get a 2.5 there. I think what I'm learning here, their overall weighted is a 3, not elite, not terrible. There's also a non-quarterback number. That's interesting. Anyway, Giants, Commanders, Seahawks, Saints. Think about that. The Seahawks. Geno's been decent. They got a couple of good receivers. It's tough grading here, man. The Bucks are 23. Titans, Jaguars 21. Not good enough, is it? They do get a 4 at quarterback. It's the non-quarterback, man. The non-quarterback grading, because there's also a number that is non-quarterback without the weighted quarterback. They also get a 4 at running back, the least important. For a total of 16.5 points for the non-quarterback position. So anyway, 21st, not good enough. And ironically, the one area we say he's got to be better, the quarterback. It's all the other areas according to at least these rankings and these dynamics. And I'm sure this is based in part, at least, on performance. So who does have? Oh, by the way, let's just look at some other things. Let's look at our rivals. The Titans, by the way, were right there with us, 22nd. But the all important one, like the quarterback ranking, the Jags get a 4. The Jets get a 4. Chargers get a 4.5. Cowboys, Ravens, 4.5. Bills get a 5. And then a bunch of other 4s, Texans, Packers, Dolphins. Quarterback's not the problem. It's the other areas. And if I look, this is going to be kind of scary. they weight it all, and the quarterback is weighted heavier. But if you look at, this is the offensive infrastructures of the non-quarterback, take out the quarterback. So you are play caller, O-line, wide receiver, pass catchers, wide receiver, tight end, and running back. Non-quarterback, the Patriots would be 2.6, and they're last, 32. The Jaguars would be 2.95, and at least according to nobody else in the NFL is under 3, at least in these infrastructure rankings. Outside of the quarterback, no team, like for the Chiefs, by the way, who would get a 5 at quarterback with Mahomes, the rest of the infrastructure without the quarterback weighted is still a 4.45. Niners, 4.55. Lions, 4.5. Eagles, 4.35. Texans, 4.25. So as good as Stroud is, it's a 4.25 they surround him with. And again, this is only according to whatever these rankings are. Football Fix and more next. You're listening to The Drill. It's a custom tree surgeons Thursday.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
This is Brent Musburger's Visa in Action update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. When you're stuck, call the Duck. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
NASCAR Cup Series this week, the traditional Memorial Day holiday weekend race, the Coca-Cola 600 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Kyle Larson is the plus 450 favorite. Denny Hamlin 6-1. Tyler Riddick 8-1. Ryan Blaney 9-1. William Byron is 10-1. Indy 500 coming up on Sunday. Scott McLaughlin the 4-1 favorite. Joseph Newgarden plus 550. Will Power plus 650. Kyle Larson attempts to do the double, racing both the Indy 500 and the Coca-Cola 600 in the same day. Larson 7-1 to win at the Brickyard. Scotty Scheffler plus 260 to win this week's Charles Schwab Challenge. Get your free VSIN subscription right now at VSIN.com. With your action update, Mike Sennett, 1010XL.
Hon, why is our lawn so stinky and muddy over there?
Where the septic tank is?
Oh, no. Yuck.
Septic alert, septic alert. Time for a spring septic clean? Call Duck Duck Rooter before the deal ends. Just $5.25 to keep your septic alive. For $525, Duck Duck Rooter will pump out your septic tank, clean your outlet filter, plus send a plumber to provide drain cleaning to your main sewer line. Call now to book 904-862-6769. DuckDuckRooter.com. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Come in, Linda. Over.
We've got a sea of new vehicles and they're priced so low they're rocking the boat. Come check out our biggest selection of inventory with the best prices and our wow ya experience that will ensure smooth sailing for your next car purchase. Plus, take advantage of our peace of mind warranties, transparent pricing, and free oil changes with every purchase. You better beat the surge and head to Beaver Toyota St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville for the best car buying experience.
Haste Memorial Day with Mayport CNC Fisheries Steamer Pots. This week, take $10 off our unique steamer cans filled with restaurant-quality seafood. Family gathering or special occasion? Mayport CNC Fisheries off Mayport Road brings the taste of the ocean to your table. Ask your favorite restaurant to carry Mayport CNC Fisheries.
American Electrical, Northeast Florida's highest-rated electricians, is hiring, and they're looking for people to train for careers. It's not just job training. They're giving you a license that no one can take away from you, training you for jobs that are always in demand and will offer you a peace of mind financially and for the future. Once you know a trade, you'll always be employable. All the details are at American-Electrical.com, and with their American Electrical Academy, if you're selected, you'll learn the electrical trade absolutely free of charge. American Electrical Contractors, powered by professionalism.
Outstanding scholar athletes take pride in hitting the field and the books. That's why 1010XL salutes the Scholar Athlete of the Week.
Wednesdays on The Frangie Show.
Brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
And the Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local Union 234.
Are you ready to help lock down the bank in 2024? Don't miss a single moment when quarterback Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars take on some of the biggest names in the NFL. Become a season ticket member now to get access to exclusive experiences, events, and player appearances all season long. Lock in your seats for 2024 now by going to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We can't wait to see you at Everbank Stadium.
I know you want maximum equity from your home, but you're not quite sure how when it comes time to sell it. I'll tell you how. I'll give you two hows, Chad and Sandy. More on that in a second. It's a tougher market now. It means it's crucial to hire the right agents to sell your home to maximize price, and we have been telling you now for years, and why I'm recommending Chad and Sandy Newman at chadandsandy.com. They've got the plan and experience to sell your home fast for maximum cash. No required costly repairs. Pick your move date. There are no long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time, but most importantly, Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Take Mary in Panther Creek. My dream was to move from my Panther Creek home into a new Del Webb Sweetwater home closer to my family. Chad and Sandy made it happen. They sold my own home in just 14 days, plus they helped me get into my new dream home at the same time. Call the Jacksonville experts I trust and recommend. Call Chad and Sandy at 414-6200, 904-414-6200, or chadandsandy.com.
We all know that Memorial Day weekend is the official, unofficial start of summer, which means time to stock up on sunny day essentials. So of course, I went to Kohl's to check out their savings. Get this, I saved $10 because I spent over $25. I earned $5 Kohl's cash for every $25 I spent, and I found great prices on swimsuits, the perfect patio finds, and fun toys for the backyard. Sweet, sweet summertime. And Kohl's. Select styles. Offers end May 27th. Some exclusions apply. Toys, coupons do not apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Get ready to swing into the hottest party this summer. Join First Tee North Florida at the Yards June 13th for the Summer Soiree. We're bringing the spirit of the Pacific Islands to Ponte Vedra with a Hawaiian luau-themed event. Enjoy family-friendly fun, including Hawaiian food trucks, live music, craft cocktails, golf games, raffle prizes, and more. The First Tee Summer Soiree provides the perfect blend of golf, party, and philanthropy. All proceeds benefit the impactful programs of the First Tee. Visit firstteenorthflorida.org/summer soiree to secure your tickets today.
What's changed totally inside and out? The Kuhn Flowers massive storefront, and yes, they've totally remodeled the showroom inside too. This is Frank Frangie, and the next time you drive by, stop and smell the roses at Kuhn Flowers.
I'm Clayton Bromberg, the president of Underwoods. From now until May 28th, we're holding our big diamond sale, and now's the best time to buy a quality diamond of a carat or more. Here are a few reasons. First, there's severe upward pressure on rough diamonds, with 4 price increases already this year. Most of this has yet to hit the polished market, so they're diamonds for sale at the old prices. Next, our diamond cutters asked us to house their inventories of existing big diamonds so we could sell them here prior to them being offered to the jewelry trade in Las Vegas. This allows us the ability to sell from their vast stock at brokerage prices you have to see to believe. All of these diamonds are graded for cut, color, and clarity with independent laboratory grading reports. Now, along with this vast collection of big diamonds, we put all of our own meticulously selected loose diamonds and engagement-style rings on sale at prices from 3% to 25% off. We also take trade-ins, but remember, this sale ends May 28th at Underwood San Marco, Avondale, and the shops at Ponte Vedra.
All right, as you may know by now, I've downloaded the Underdog Fantasy app. I've been playing Champions really every night. I like following along with the NBA, a little extra attention paid. The game's set up super simple, right? It's a fantasy game where there are statistical projections, and you just got to go higher or lower. And pile together as many as you're comfortable with. Your odds of winning more go up with the more players that you have in those statistical categories. Higher, lower, higher, lower. Pro tip, and I'm not a pro, play lower more. You always get suckered in. Oh, this guy's going to have 35 points. Oh, he'll have 10 rebounds. Pro tip, play lower. Here's another pro tip, right? You got to be 18 or over. You got to be in a state. Thankfully, we are here in Florida where Underdog Fantasy operates. And if you ever get concerned with your play, man, keep it light, keep it loose, keep it fun, but call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit www.ncpgambling.org. Meanwhile, download that Underdog Fantasy app. Sign up with the promo code PROSSER. Get a player special and a deposit offer at promo code PROSSER.
Is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Seems like a matter of time, doesn't it? Welcome back. It seems like a matter of time before they'll be playing 18 regular season games. I mean, this is where if you are running the NFL, you have free money sitting there. Like, what is one game, I wonder, would it equal in future TV revenue? You know what I mean? Like the TV package that you would sell for X amount of billions for a 17-game season, like for an 18-game regular season, how much does that get a boost? Does it? I mean, we are to the point now of this is worth a question for Doc Murphy later today. Like, what is the absolute breakdown point for diminishing returns when it comes to playing something like football, full speed, full bore for X amount of games? You know what I mean? Like, can you play 25 games in a year? Should it be more? Should it be down at 14 or 16? Like, what is like you're pushing it past what? You know, I think young men in the condition they are, don't kid yourself, though. What do they play? They play now 20 games. Now, the Stars don't play. The Stars don't play real. I'm not even going to count the preseason on the tabulation, so that's not true. They play 17 games already. But if you're a playoff team, you're going to play 20 football games. Like, minimum. I guess the most you can play would be 21. Win a wild card, and then win a division, then win a conference championship, then play in the Super Bowl. You could already play 21 games. And so at what point does it, is there a straw that breaks the camel's back? Does it matter? Like me, I don't know about you. I'd love an 18th regular season game. I can't get enough. I always can't wait for the season to start, and I'm always disappointed when the regular season comes to an end. I like so much more about the NFL. I like all the periphery. I like the Friday 5-pack. I like the daily fantasy. I like the fantasy league that I've been playing in for 25 years. I like all those things. Play 20 regular season games as far as I'm concerned. But what is, prudent? Prudent always mixed with the color of that ink on them dollar bills they print. And they're not dollar bills, are they? What's the highest denomination of bill? We've had this talk before. Do they make a $10,000 bill? What's the highest denomination of bill you've ever seen, E.T.? You ever seen a $500 bill?
No, big face 100. That's it.
Yeah. I think I may have seen a $500 bill somewhere along the way. I think, but I wouldn't put my hand on a stack of Bibles on that one.
I've seen a $5,000 chip at the casino.
Yeah, oh gosh, yeah. Don't get me going on those. Yeah, plenty of those floating around through the years.
Yeah.
I don't know. What is the Google machine for me real quick? I put my man's fingers on Google Alert here some days. Don't Google yourself, though. You'll go blind.
Dang, that's crazy.
What's the highest? Is it a $10,000 bill? What's the highest denomination of bill do they make? And the only thing that seems like really comes in play is the 100. Maybe they don't make a $1,000 bill or a $10,000 bill. I don't know. I do know that in the many years of doing this program, we have meandered back to this question and looked it up. And much like presidential trivia, it just doesn't stick.
It says the United States no longer issues bills in large denominations such as 500,
okay.
1,000, or 5,000.
So it's only 100.
Uh-huh.
When's the last time a $500 bill was made? Trying to think who was on the $500 bill. It's a good question. Anyway, whatever the denomination is, the boys there at the league up there in Manhattan at some bank, they got a bunch of them shoved in a vault somewhere. Let's just say that.
It was discontinued in 1969.
It's been that far. It's been that long. So there's been nothing but hundos since then. Now, it's probably, by the way, with the prices and everything else, probably time to go to some 500s, isn't it? Listen, I'm old enough to remember you could not spend a $100 bill in a convenience store. They wouldn't take them. They don't have to change for them. Right. It was back when it was like a reasonable era of pricing where you could, you could add it all up, ET, and it wouldn't be $10, much less what it can be these days. But yeah, it wasn't that long ago. You could not get rid of a $100 bill. You couldn't spend it. You pretty much had to, and it was hard to get the amount that you needed to get the daggum thing broken because it didn't cost you $70 to fill your gas tank, right? It cost you $20. I was a boy. Anyway, here's one owner who is at least trying to throw his version of medical common sense, and that's John Mayer. Let's kick off the football fix, ET, brought to you by the Jacksonville Sharks, jacksharks.com for your tickets, and by the home course, the Julington Creek Golf Club. John Mara, the Giants owner, pushing back on the league, possibly expanding the season to 18 games, although he admits it's probably a losing battle. I'm not crazy about extending the season. I worry more about player fatigue and wear and tear on the players moving forward. That's one of the reasons why we have to have discussion with the players' union. This comes because NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell discussed the possibility of an 18-game season, said expanding the season is not currently an active discussion, but did add the league is thinking about it in a long-range context. So I guess this is where we'll find out what the difference in definition of long range there is between the NFL and the rest of us. Yeah, it'd be something long range. In other news, the NFL announces 2025 they'll go to an 18-game schedule. I can see the draft being a big hit in this city. By the way, wouldn't you almost guarantee the Jags' new stadium will be hosting a draft in the next 10 years?
For sure.
Probably the same thing in Buffalo and Nashville where they have new stadiums. Although Nashville had a draft already, I'm pretty sure, didn't they? Didn't Nashville host the draft a few years back? Don't I remember crowds of like 500,000 on those Nashville streets?
Yeah, I remember.
I think so. Well, 2026, the host has been picked, and it's Pittsburgh. That's just a cool setting down there on the river. You know, they got a resort and casino there. They've got the Pirates right there, obviously. So 2026, and I would just assume it'd be down around and near the sports complex. I need to go to Pittsburgh, man. You know, I spent middle school years in northern West Virginia and went to Pittsburgh a bunch of times, and I've not been back since they changed those whole facilities. Told you Antonio Brown files for bankruptcy, just the latest in mishaps and trouble. Dak Prescott explains about being patient about his contract extension. I guess you can be when they already aren't you already making 40-something, Cat? Yeah, Dak, you might should just run right now and beg him just to keep you where you are, but maybe not. Our buddy Anthony Richardson, the former Gator and one of Denny's guys, is throwing now at OTAs. Says he still feels achy. Achy would be a good nickname for Anthony Richardson. Lamar Jackson has dropped some weight in an effort that would be scary then in its promise. Apparently, Lamar doesn't think he's agile enough. So he's dropping weight to, quote, be more agile. And I think about Lamar, I'm like, if he just had some moves. That's Football Fix. You're welcome. Hicken Arrival. That's right. And more. Next on A Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
This is 1010XL.
Real smooth. Real smooth. Real smooth.
10.
Real smooth.
10.
Real smooth.
XL.
Real smooth.
Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Your home value is way up, and you can use that money right now. Pay off credit cards, remodel your house, both, whatever you want. Prosser here for Loan Pronto. Loan Pronto can convert that home equity into cash in as little as 2 weeks with no cost to you and zero hassle. Mike and Joan in Ponte Vedra called Loan Pronto. They did a Loan Pronto zero-cost cash-out refi. They got a check for $100,000, used $50 to pay off all their credit cards and a car loan, and used the other $50 to upgrade their master bath and kitchen. They locked in new APR in the 2s and lowered their total monthly bills by hundreds of dollars. Hello? What are you waiting on? Call Loan Pronto now. Convert your home value into cash and put that money to good use. Do it now, and you can even skip your next 2 house payments. Call 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. That's 904-999-1508. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval. Not all loans apply.
How nice would it be not to worry about your AC unit for 10 years? What? Vaughn's Heating and Air, standing by their units for 10 years. Imagine not having to think about your AC unit for a decade. Vaughn's 10-year warranty covers the parts, labor, and refrigerant. Basically everything. No fictional problems that will cost thousands. This is legit. An AC unit with no repair costs. Wouldn't that be nice? So remember, if your AC unit won't turn on, just call Vaughn's. That's Vaughn's Heating and Air.
When it comes to towing products, your safety on the road is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Whether it's a heavy-duty tow hitch, trailer frame, wiring, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjacks.com to explore a range of products and schedule your installation. Cannons of Jacksonville, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
Do you have clicking, popping, swelling, or pain in your knee or shoulder? This can be due to arthritic changes in your joints. Over time, you have wear and tear of your cartilage. I am Dr. George Bari, and here at Bari Orthopedics, we have numerous ways to treat your arthritis, such as regenerative medicine, including PRP and joint replacements with CT guidance for accuracy down to the millimeter. If you are experiencing any of these symptoms, call us for an appointment today, or log on to BariOrthopedics.com.
Find out more at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
Why Arlington Toyota? Because summer starts here. That's right, it's the Summer Starts Here sales event, and Arlington has a huge selection of new vehicles in stock in one location. And every new purchase comes with Arlington's lifetime warranty, unlimited time, and miles. Plus, you get 60 days to love your new purchase or exchange it. Plus, Arlington's Credit Helper program to help get you financed. There's even complimentary car wash with every service, and so much more. Shop arlingtontoyota.com today.
Yo, it's your boy E to the T, and the NBA playoffs are here, and it's the perfect time to elevate your game with MyBookie. With MyBookie, you can bet from anywhere, anytime, so you'll never miss a shot of making that straight cash, homie. You can even live stream and bet on the game right from the sportsbook, giving you everything you'll need to decide. Cash out or let it ride. MyBookie really makes it easy to get paid with tons of boosted props and slam dunk parlays. And new boosts are now posted on the daily. It's more than just a sports book. Buzzer beaters, underdog upsets, and a community to share in all of the sweats. Give yourself a head start today by using promo code 1010XL when you make your first deposit. That's 1010XL to claim a limited time bonus when you sign up and make your first deposit. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Come on, somebody.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by First Coast Honda Dealers. After the loss of defensive tackle Devon Hamilton from last season during OTAs, Jaguar head coach Doug Peterson commented on the stalwart defensive lineman being on track to rebound in the middle of the defense.
The old Devon, is back. He's got great energy out there through phase 1 and 2. He's excited to be back on the field. I think he's excited for his health.
Florida baseball player Jack Caglione earned some much-deserved recognition when the Southeastern Conference included him on its all-SEC first team. Jacksonville University Dolphins will take on the Central Arkansas Bears today. It's their next matchup for the Atlantic Sun Conference Championship. First pitch is scheduled for 2:30. The winner will play again Friday at 7 p.m. in what is the final game of Pool B play. And that's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
It's 7:04 and it's 70 degrees. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
No matter what it takes, I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming
You know it! Yes, sir! Oh! There's no place like home, E. It's good to be here. Woo! Yeah! It's kind of somber, really. Or you're...
I was in a somber mood.
I need some.
My Rangers took it on the chin last
time. Kind of dominated a little bit.
Well, 1-0, and then we had an own goal late.
That's fair.
So.
That's fair. I wasn't watching at the end.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a good series, man. We're gonna have to play better. That's for sure. I don't. It's not easy to win a Stanley Cup, but doggone, you hate now the pressure ramps up because you really got to win game 2. You don't want to go down to Miami down 0-2 or, you'd definitely be on the ropes. So that was rough. So, but we got through it. We'll see. I've sacrificed a lot for it. I'm right there. I need 8 wins, and it's going to put a real damper on my whole sports summer if the Broadway Blue Shirts don't bring home the Lord Stanley. That's a fact. That I can tell you for sure because I've given up everything for this.
Sacrifice so much.
Everything in sport I've given up. I don't care.
What did you think of this ultra hyper exclusive, nice, beautiful resort golf course you played?
What did I think of it?
Yeah, rubbing elbows with the big spenders of the world. You run into Clint Eastwood out there, Jim Nantz.
No, I have one good sports story though.
Good.
That I will tell you from my
But you played Spyglass, right?
I played Spyglass out at Pebble Beach.
They say that's the second best behind Pebble, isn't it?
It was awesome. Yeah. It's interesting. I'll tell you.
I played it on Tiger Woods. It's like a lot of this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Up
speed slots. You got to get in the speed slot.
I like a speed slot. You know that. Shout out Guggen Howard.
No.
We love you. The friendship that never blossomed. It just didn't. We
tried.
It
would if we were in the same town.
For sure.
If Howard lived here, we'd be buds.
Although I will say this. I will suggest that Howard, whose roots are still here, has probably come back to the First Coast 10 or 20 times.
Sure, but that's okay. That's okay.
But we could return the favor.
Yeah. We could easily shoot
up there. Now I feel
like
I'm browbeating him, which I don't want to do. Never mind.
And then what you're going to do is you're going to earn Howard will then send us an text or email, say, hey, come up here this summer and play.
Yeah, that's
He'll
true
invite
too.
you to the member guest maybe.
Well, maybe I'll go.
You wouldn't
go. You ever think about that? I could take Mrs. P for a lovely little evening.
I don't think so.
In Akron.
But anyway, it was.
Go to the Guardians game we never went to.
Yeah. We went out to wine country was the vacation, but I said I'm not a big wine guy, so I said I'll go to wine country with my wife and her friends and our and the significant others. But if we go, I'm going to Pebble Beach, and so long story, ended up playing Spyglass, booking Spyglass. So we drove. We got there. We got up at 2:30 a.m., which is really 5:30, so it wasn't that bad. Okay. Drove 175 miles to Pebble Beach.
Did you know it was that far when you booked it all?
I had an idea, yeah. Got there.
So that's, 3 hours.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, though.
It's not like, California bumper-to-bumper traffic. You're not down on the 405.
Well, there are some spots.
Okay.
Because you are coming sort of north of San Francisco. We went through Oakland and back through San Fran. But anyway, get out to Pebble Beach.
So your tee time must be like sunrise.
6:50.
Yeah.
And warm up. Go play. We drive to the.
It's misty. It's beautiful. There's dew on the ground.
So great. But the clubhouse was nothing
special.
Yeah. Right?
A little cabin.
Yeah. And but the first 5 holes are majestic. I mean, just on the ocean. The seals, you can hear them. I mean,
well, how's that again? How did the seals go?
It was that part of it was worth
fantastic
everything. And so played that. Then we went. And looked at the Pebble Beach Golf Club, and it was weird driving in to it to see Pebble Beach. The first couple holes are right there on the road. It looks like kind of remind me a little bit like of any kind of resort golf, right? Amelia Island, whatever. Like you're driving into the main area, and here's a couple golf, nothing special.
Yeah.
Then you come around the backside of the lodge, and you see 18. The tree's not as big as I thought it was in the middle of 18 fairway, and the green is small.
Yeah, I knew the green was small.
Yeah, I didn't. So that was kind of interesting. But we went and saw that, and then we went to this. Had lunch at this place called The Hay, which is a little. And all these resorts are doing this now. A little par 3 9-hole.
Okay.
And then we played that
same day.
Yeah, which was because we weren't going back.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which was fantastic, and that was like I think the longest hole was like 102 yards.
Oh, so you're just chipping it around.
Yeah, chipping and putting, and you can.
I play little games.
It's dudes playing together.
Yeah,
it was real fun. So we need one of those in Jacksonville, by the way. Little par 3 9-hole.
Yeah,
kind of a yards-esque.
Yeah, and there's a little bit to the UNF Golfplex with that too.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of that feel there too.
I think there's one up at Amelia Island now, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, that was the good part. We're the only sports story I'll tell you. So we're in wine country, and we're sitting there with
this. Where is wine country exactly?
Sonoma, Napa. It's all these wineries. There's 550 wineries in Napa, and My wife, BWR, picked out.
That's south of like San Francisco? I don't know a thing about the geography. Is it north of San Francisco?
It's north.
So you fly into San Francisco and then you drive north?
Yeah,
How far? Like a few hundred miles or just?
No, 40 miles.
Okay.
And so right by saw Sonoma Raceway.
Oh.
It's in the middle of nowhere where they have a NASCAR race.
Yeah.
It's just kind of funny.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, how do they get all these people in here? But anyway, and one of the wineries, beautiful country, and so beautiful weather.
You're
beautiful
not
country.
a big drinker. I think everybody we have fun. Did you taste the wine?
Taste, sure.
Do you like wine?
Not really.
No.
Yeah.
That's what I would have guessed.
But and finally,
the rest of them are all just wine loopy though. So you got to be around all the wine loopy people the rest of the day.
On Sunday, I cracked and I said, Sunday afternoon or Sunday morning out there, pretty much. I said, all right, listen, been a good soldier here. Here's what we're gonna do, honey. Get ESPN app on this phone, get PGA on this phone. Sitting at the table, I got both up. I'm watching the Knicks and I'm watching the PGA.
Knicks broke your heart.
Oh, they did. Well, the Pacers didn't miss.
Ran out of bodies.
Pacers didn't miss, though.
Yeah, you ran out of bodies.
Yeah. What are you going to do? It just stinks, though, because you don't, we set a good foundation. Yeah, maybe. Maybe we'll be out next year in the first round. Who knows? But anyway, so we're at this one place, and we got this guy, Stuart, the wine taster. And, inevitably the conversation turns to sports. You could tell he is not a sports guy. But he goes, "Oh, I got a football story that I'll tell you." And I said, "Oh, okay, well, tell us." He goes, "Yeah, my son played football with a young man out here at Napa High School." And I said, Napa High School is a tiny little, in the middle of wine country that has probably produced like
Tom Brady.
Nobody, right? And he goes, "Yeah, we got he was drafted by Georgia." I go,
"Oh, it's Rashada."
Brock Bowers.
Oh, Brock Bowers is from there.
I go, "Brock Bowers." He goes, "Yes. How do you know?" I go,
"So what I do."
And he goes,
"Who was this guy again?"
He was the wine taster.
The wine taster.
Yeah, he was the wine expert guy. He was our
sommelier.
wine.
Is that what they call them?
Stuart was his name. No, he sits there and tells you everything about the wines. So anyway,
what a great job he has, huh? Imagine being that dude.
Yeah.
Go every day, take sips of wine, tell everybody what it's all about.
Yeah.
It's kind of what we do.
Yeah. So he told us all about Brock Bowers. Of course, obviously, he was a legend out there.
Sure.
But they're not happy that he got drafted by the Raiders because they're Niner fans.
That makes sense.
So they're not real thrilled, but they are thrilled that he immediately told me the one thing he told me, $17 million.
They know that.
Yeah.
They're probably already calling him for some investment in the wine country.
He said the wine business is a billionaire's playground now. It's a billionaire's playground is what it is.
A lot of athletes and
and
celebrities have done
Bledsoe, my guy Tom Seaver, I was very
Vermeil, there's a bunch of them.
Yeah, but it's a huge investment, and
they had a trip at the J Fund dinner the other night as part of the auction.
to Napa. I saw that.
As part of it, Dick Vermeil threw in a personal visit and dinner with him.
Does he have a winery out in Napa?
He does.
Okay. Yeah. That would have been good. I should have went and saw him. That one wasn't chosen.
He was probably here while you were there.
Yeah. But anyway, it was a good time. And
how many are there? Like when you go, like I always hear these people, we go to the wine, are they just, is it like you've just got your choice of like 50 different packages and you just choose like either what style or what brand it is you came most for? Do you go to like 5 or 6 different ones? Is it like a pub crawl? Do you stay for like 45 minutes and then you go to the next one?
It's like there's a couple walking tours. There's a couple where you just sit there.
That sounds like that's right up my alley. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
I like wine. See, you're not a drinker, so I mean that whole thing. It's like I was
a driver.
Lessened a little bit.
I drove the Sprinter van.
Right.
Which was
I will
cool.
say this about Hick: he can hang out with drinkers and you wouldn't know that.
Yeah, it was fun. I had a good
some
time.
people, you wouldn't be able to do that.
Oh, it's good because you got good company. You got
for
you
sure.
got beautiful weather and you got beautiful views.
Yeah.
So overall, it was fun. It was something I'd never done. I won't do it again. But But when I went out
if you were
there,
a wine drinker, you might want to do it again. I guess is my point.
Yes,
it's kind of like a golf trip for wine drinkers.
Yes. Yeah, they went to 8 different wineries. There's 550 in just.
And let me ask you this:
there's some in Sonoma and there's some in Napa.
And I don't want to see your receipts. I'm not looking for an itemized. But forget getting there and all that. Like if I am just driving through and I say, "Hey, honey, let's go do a wine tour." Like, what is that? What do you do it at each one you go to? It's different, or do you buy a package that includes X amount of wineries? Or
I think you just.
Do you know?
I think she picked them. Well, she picked them. I know she picked them.
Do you pay like a cover charge and then you go in and you drink
I
whatever
would
you
say-
want, or
no, I would say,
or is it like a cash bar? Or
I
is
would
it,
say anywhere from like 100 to 150 if there's a group.
Yeah.
Each,
mm-hmm.
and then you sit there, and it's
And
usually
they ultimately-
5. It's usually 5 different wines,
and ultimately they're trying to sell you a bottle of wine.
Oh, we
yeah.
spent a lot of money on wine that's getting shipped back.
Yeah.
I told every one of them that I shipped my
Did you-
pants.
yes, I was going to say.
They
yeah.
enjoyed that.
I thought you just said getting that ship back. I thought you shipped your pants right there. I was like, what has happened? He's gone to California. He's lost his compass.
No. Yeah.
You'd
So
be
what
up
happens
Ship's
at
Creek.
the end? At the end, they say to you, "Hey,
Yeah.
which one do you like the best?"
Yeah.
And so they, it's reds and whites, and some
well,
of the.
tell BWR just to come over and we'll break open a bottle with her.
Well, you can come over anytime. There's plenty to break open.
Oh, boy.
Trust me on that. That's where they
Yeah.
get. That's where they get you.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Like a timeshare for wine.
But if you're looking for something, you go to a couple a day, and it's a fun day.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what we did. So anyway, it was good. It was different. Like I said, the way I
So when
figured
you
it,
said 8, that wasn't 8 in a day. You went to a couple a day. And
3,
just did
3,
it.
and 2.
So that was it. That was the focus, and that's what
yeah.
y'all did.
Yeah.
Maybe did a dinner in the evening,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Yeah, and there's
now, where
not
do
a
you
lot-
stay? Do you stay on like a winery farm, or
No,
do
we
you just get
stayed
a hotel, or
at a house. We got an Airbnb,
okay.
which was tremendous.
and that's in quote Napa. That's where
that
you
was
are.
in Sonoma.
And how close is Sonoma to the beach?
Not close.
So you're kind of inland. That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
Why the grapes grow good.
The
there.
weather is different. It's amazing.
Yeah, yeah,
the weather is
yeah.
so different. Like you'll get up in the morning and be freezing.
Yeah,
and then the sun will come out and it'll warm up. But it was perfect weather. It wasn't hot.
Cool.
It wasn't. And
we
there's no
usually don't
humidity.
go super deep on the vacations,
Yeah.
and I don't care what you do on your cruise,
Right.
but sometimes if it's something that I haven't done, I think people
Yeah.
who wonder.
Yeah, it was unique.
Would be
It was-
kind of cool. Like I'm about to go to. Ooh, this is exotic. We're going to the Panhandle for the weekend. Come back, I'll tell you all about Destin. You guys heard of this place?
Yeah.
30A.
Yeah, I just looked at it like, she's gone on a lot of things she probably hasn't wanted to go on with me. Hey, we're going to see the Mets.
I feel you.
I can certainly go and have and it was good. Like I said, good company, good friends, good time. So anyway, but a lot going on in the sports world that it's amazing. And they always say, "Oh, slow time." It just never ends. It's like one thing after another, and you disconnect a little bit, and you start saying, "Oh, what happened here? What happened there?" Of course, I woke up and looked up, and the Mets are 7 games under 500, and playing horrible baseball. So I got that going for me. The Knicks got eliminated. How weird is it that it's Dallas, Minnesota in the Western Conference Finals? That was a really good game last night after the Rangers had lost. I watched the last 8 minutes of the fourth quarter of that one. So that'll be interesting to see if like Dallas like go win another championship.
Well, they've got the Rangers. The Stars are in play.
No, I mean like the Mavericks. They won one, and then they kind of just meddle around, and then they come out and win another one here. When was the last one they won with Dirk?
11, wasn't it? No,
that long ago.
What was the? Hey, let's turn to the LeBron obsessed fan in there.
Mhm.
The Loff. He's a Loff.
Uh-huh.
LeBron
Yes.
obsessed. When did LeBron go to Miami?
It was after 6 years in Cleveland, so he was drafted in 03. So what was it?
Well, that's good.
It was 11 then, I think.
It was
for the Mavs.
11.
It was
11.
Yeah.
So, gosh, it's been a long time. But
yeah.
And I don't know that they, listen. But Boston's beatable, man. I mean, anyway, as long as we brought that up.
Boston likes to give every team they play a game. Unfortunately for the Pacers, they gave their gift back.
They did.
That's the one you're supposed to win, and they make it a 6-7 game series and make Boston sweat.
did.
But Boston is really in these playoffs showing them the just not even the ability.
And I wish I had done this both days, but our Dream Finders Homes poll question of the day, Dream Finders Home, the official home builder of the PGA Tour, the Gators, and the Jags, who wins the NBA championship? We're down to 4, Dallas, Minnesota, Boston, or Indiana. Over 200 votes in at Dan Hicken. Who do you think is the
Boston?
40
Because here's what's going to happen: if you think one of those Western teams is winning, they're going to split. They're probably about the same.
Don't you think more people would have said Minnesota going into the series? No,
I think more people would have said Minnesota over Dallas going into the series. Yes, for sure. I think they would have.
Well, right now, more saying Dallas, obviously, with a 1-game lead in Minnesota.
And this is the quick synopsis, and you learn this in first grade math. 2 is greater than 1. And Dallas, in the most important time to win basketball games, has 2 superstars, and Minnesota only has 1. And I now think that'll be the difference in the series.
You don't think Cat's a superstar?
I don't. He's not a superstar.
Okay.
He can have moments. I'm just saying they have two guys who can alpha up 3 possessions in a row and do it on their own.
Luka had a fourth quarter last night now.
And Kyrie had a first that they needed from him.
Yeah. Luka had a fourth quarter last night. He won.
Anthony Edwards will learn. He's very, very just openly confident, and it comes across sometimes as like almost an immature cockiness.
I think it's kind
You
of.
don't need to poke the bear. You don't need to say, "Yeah, I'll be on Kyrie. That'll be my job."
Yeah, but I don't
think he means it that way. But that's the way it can be interpreted, and it can be used for against him. I don't think he gives a care. And by the way,
he's got a little innocence about him to me, though. That
he had a good game last night. He didn't have a Jordan game, and guys like me put that label on him all over the country.
Well, again, he's 22. Jordan won his first one at what?
Yeah, much older than that.
Okay, so.
Who said this? ET.
By the way, Boston 40.4, Minnesota 23.3, Dallas 33, Indiana only 3.4%. Dreamfinders in 20-plus Jacksonville communities in the best locations. And for a limited time on select move-in-ready homes, Dreamfinders Homes offering an amazing 3.99% interest rate in year one of your mortgage. Go to dreamfindershomes.com for more details. Who said what?
You guys want to let me know who said this?
Yeah.
And the spoiler alert. Okay, I'm just not because I don't want you to get it wrong right out of the gates. Because before I finish the quote, you're probably going to say you said that. So I'm just want to make sure
wasn't you is what you're saying?
This was not me. Who said this? You women out there, y'all petty, man. LeBron, you're 100% right on these girls hating on Caitlin Clark.
I saw it.
Y'all petty girls. Y'all should be thanking that girl for getting y'all's bleep private charters and all the money and visibility she's bringing into the WNBA. Don't be petty like dudes.
That was great.
It's absolutely true.
I've determined I'm going to gloss you White Chuck from
Thank
here
you.
on out.
White Chuck, I'll take it. Yeah, can I have some of White Chuck's cash? Huh?
Should we call him White Chuck?
I can hang out with White Chuck. We go to the casino for a couple hours, go play some golf, maybe we have a glass or two of that wine that you brought back, and then we'll watch Caitlin Clark play that night. High five. Let's come back with the 10-minute drill. What do you say?
Let's do it.
It's a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday on 1010XL.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Nothing has a 10-year warranty except for a new AC unit from Vons. V-O-N-S. Vons Amazing 10. This is legit. A full 10-year warranty. It covers parts, labor, and refrigerant. That's an unmatched commitment they make to their customers, while others will charge extra for weekend and same-day emergencies. Not at Vons. No extra charges. Just great service when you need it, whether your unit needs to be repaired or replaced. Remember, if your AC won't turn on, just call Vons.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Ladies and gentlemen, it only happens once a year. It's always fun. It's our Memorial Day weekend backlot clearance. 267 new and used vehicles in our backlot have been marked down to the max to include vehicles under $10,000. But when they're gone, it's over. Our once-a-year Memorial Day backlot clearance starts Friday and ends on Monday at 10 p.m. sharp. You cannot afford to miss this sale. Only at Beaver Toyota St. Augustine and Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville. We're here to wow you.
Hey sports fans, this is Hayes Carlyon for QC Kinetics. This is the absolute worst time of the year to be dealing with joint pain. You can't do all the outdoor stuff you love to do, hiking, jogging, biking, playing on the beach. Don't go through summer missing out on life. Call QC Kinetics now and find out how they can use biologics from your own body to give new life to your achy joints. You gotta call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. 904-274-5522, serving the Jacksonville area with locations in Mandarin and Ponte Vedra Beach. Again, this is the future of medicine. Tens of thousands of QC Kinetics patients around the country are living their best life this year because they made the call. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation. Revolutionary treatments for joint pain are here. Again, Mandarin and Ponte Vedra Beach. Call QC Kinetics now, 904-274-5522. That's QC Kinetics.
What a great time of the year to get your house ready for the summer and the future. Stop paying for exterior paint that does not protect your home or business. Rhino Shield does. Those beautiful, durable coatings never chip, crack, or peel. By the way, they back that up, not just for this summer, not just for next summer, not for 5 years. 25-year warranty, man. No mold, no mildew, no algae growth, water intrusion damage. Not from that nasty weather we get here in Northeast Florida. Fight salt, corrosion, Class A fire rating, and all while saving you thousands compared to the cost of repainting. And gang, right now, 0% financing, new low pricing that includes up to 25% off. It has never been easier to paint your home with Rhino Shield. So you're saying, Hick, what do I do? I'm in. Well, here's what you do. You go to rhinoshieldjax.com, rhinoshieldjax.com, book your free estimate, have the boys come out and let you know what you're going to be spending. You'll be glad you did. Rhino Shield.
All right, get those boats ready. The Dailies Old School Kingfish Shootout presented by Yellowfin is coming soon to St. Augustine. It's June 8th. Just go to oldschoolkingfish.com. You can find out more. The grand prize is a yellowfin bay boat. And with limited boundaries, no bait buying, and no checkout, it is seriously old school. That's why it's the Old School Kingfish Shootout. Here's how you do it. You go online, you sign up, and you become part of what is going to a terrific event. It's the Old School Kingfish Shootout. Go to oldschoolkingfish.com.
Yeah. E to the T here, and the NBA playoffs are heating up, and it's the perfect time to elevate your game with MyBookie. With MyBookie, you can bet from anywhere, anytime, so you'll never miss a shot to cash in or cash out. What MyBookie has to offer? Let me tell you. Early cash outs, daily odds boosts, quick bet settlements, live game lines, and some. All you have to do is head over to MyBookie and use promo code 1010XL. That's right. Use promo code 1010XL to get you that special bonus deposit. I'm telling you, MyBookie trying to hook you up. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. Come on, somebody.
Your Jags and the NFL. Jaguars Today. Get personal with your favorite NFL team.
From the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute studios.
Jaguars Today, every weekday from 10 to noon with Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony on 1010XL.
If you're a business owner and want to learn about federal, state, or local government contracts, plan to attend a free online webinar May 28th. The Florida Apex Accelerator, in partnership with UNF, provides expert guidance and consultations at no cost. The Apex Accelerator program can make selling to the government less complicated. Attend a free coffee and contracting webinar May 28th. Register at unf.edu/SBDC. Then select Training and Event tab.
Brackish Vodka, a proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, is the smoothest local vodka you can find. Made right here in Jacksonville, Florida, 100% from corn, Brackish Vodka is the local gluten-free choice. Brackish Vodka, for those that live life slightly salty, a proud partner of the Jaguars.
Enjoy a pour of Brackish Vodka next time you're at Island Wing Company in Bartram Park.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting!
There's a name you can trust when it comes to servicing your AC system. Bold City Heating and Air, a family-owned Jacksonville company focused only on the local community. And since the extreme summer temperatures are almost here, schedule your summer maintenance today with Bold City Heating and Air. Don't be fooled by the out-of-towners, equity firms, and national corporations that use local names. Trust the AC company born in the Bold City. That's boldcityac.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, welcome back to the program. We're hanging out here in studio. Good to be back from time off. We got a special guest in studio. I wanted to catch up with this young man throughout the year because he is, I'll just call him Mr. Raines is what I'll call him. 'Cause that's who he is. He's Solomon Thomas. How are you, young man? Talk into the mic. Bring that mic, pull it up there. What's going on?
Veteran.
You doing all right? Yes, sir. All right, listen. I got not a trivia, but I want to ask you a question. Mm-hmm. All right. Do you know, Solomon, who David Sanders is? Does that name ring a bell?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
Number one left tackle in our class.
Yeah.
Yeah. David's
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool
You've
dude.
met him.
Yeah.
All right. How about, let me see if I got another one. Michael Fasusi? Does that name ring a bell?
Michael Fasusi.
Fasusi?
I need a picture.
Okay.
I probably haven't seen him in person. Or if
Okay.
I did, I don't remember his.
Pross, I want you to understand something about Solomon Thomas here. I'm on the ESPN 300 rankings.
Correct.
And we're number 14.
Yeah. I was going to say 16.
In the country.
Yeah. I just happened to look at that the other day.
In the country.
Yeah.
Some
Then my eyes scan right, and I get defeated and deflated.
Yeah, don't scan right.
Yeah, my eye, I go from where he is in the prospects, and my eyes scan right. Oh.
Don't scan right.
Aw.
Be happy for Sol.
I am.
Yes.
Completely. That bridge sailed out of this,
Yes.
these many years
You know
ago,
why?
for sure.
You know what he's talking about?
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
He knows.
You
He knows.
So how's what are you doing right now? What's going on? We want to keep up with Solomon because he's first off, he's a great young man.
He's going to Florida State for those that can't figure
yeah.
it out.
Right.
There
Yeah,
we
you
go.
can't
Yeah.
figure it out. At least right
Who
now.
didn't know why he was mad?
Yeah. What are we? So
All
we're
love.
probably in the gym, probably lifting right now, right? What are we doing?
Spring ball.
Spring ball.
Spring
Oh,
ball.
okay.
Pageant just ended. I know that took a lot of my time.
Mr. Raines.
Mr.
Of course.
Raines took
What
a
was
lot,
your?
a
Does
lot.
Mr. Raines have is there a talent portion of the contest?
It's a talent. So
What did you do, Sal?
I sung and danced.
Nice. Okay.
What was the song?
He's after E.T.'s own heart. We have a former singer and dancer ourselves in the.
So the Color Purple Mysterious Ways was the dance.
Uh-huh.
And then I sung I Need Thee All as the beginning of
Okay. Okay. Did that lift you over the top? What do you think was the winning part of your presentation?
I did
Was
a
the
roll.
clincher?
I did a little roll. Well, one, I came out singing.
Okay.
Of course, they're not going to think I'm about to sing anything. I'm probably going to do a monologue.
Okay.
Or they think I'm a...
Now, are you a good singer?
I can sing.
Yeah, okay.
I come from a singing family.
Okay. Gotcha.
So when I came
love
out,
that.
the only problem or fear I had was making sure that they were able to hear me.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm talking to other people, and they're like, shoot, just make sure that the pageant, what's it called? The judges hear you.
Yes.
Because, I mean,
Right.
everybody all the way in the back, I mean, they're not judging you. So,
Right.
I mean, just make sure they hear you, really
Yes.
sing to them.
Yes.
So, I mean, that's what I did. I got down there and, sung to them and really ministered to them, and then they liked it.
Easy. I'm taking it easy.
Coach Jackson, listen now, big fella.
'Cause life's too short.
Oh, no, we don't need this.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So you won that.
I did.
You're used to winning.
When's the last time you lost anything? Has it come to mind at all?
State this year.
Okay.
I got second place.
Well, it's been a while.
I got second place. I had came back from a back injury from the season, so I took a little time off. And then so I threw my first meet of the season, and then I took off the rest of the season. So came back for regionals.
Okay.
Placed, did enough.
Throwing the
discus.
Discus.
Because last year I was a state champ. And
You're not happy about that then, coming in second.
But-
What was your throw?
So listen,
I think we got some tortoise in hair
it's
here. I think
crazy.
we went ahead. We
It's
took a little
crazy,
nap.
right? So listen,
We woke up, and there's the turtle throwing that
so
discus.
Listen.
Yes,
so
sir.
cool.
Yes, sir.
We have my throw from last year was a 51 something.
Yeah.
Which was nowhere near my personal best.
Okay.
Which is?
My personal best is like a 58.
Now, what do Olympians throw the discus? Do you know?
Let's look.
Like, what's the goal? 70-something, isn't it? Or is it more than that?
I have no idea.
They throw with a heavier disc.
Oh, they do. So it's not the same?
So it's not the same. It's pretty much.
Does college throw heavier than what you
They
throw?
do.
Well, how heavy is a discus?
So a 2K would be a college and Olympic disc.
Okay.
I think high
So a
school
little less
goes
than
like
2
a
pounds. 1.8 or
1.5.
something. Okay. Why do you shoot? Do you do the shot put also? Why do I think that everyone that does the discus just automatically does the shot put and vice versa?
So discus is more of a finesse kind of
Okay.
thing. It's
So
it's the spin. It's
yeah,
the,
I get discus is
it's the
offensive tackle and shot put is offensive guard.
Nah.
I
feel like for shot putters, it's more of a strength kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And coming off of the football season, offensive
Yeah.
lineman, my wrist hurting.
Yeah.
Having
Right.
that heavy ball on.
Yeah. How much is the shot put weight? Do you even know? Not
heavy
sure.
enough to hurt my wrist.
Yeah, heavy enough. Too heavy.
So
Too heavy to throw. Why did we start throwing that? You think?
I'm not. I wasn't gonna throw the shot.
Yeah.
But I knew with disc, it was more of a finesse, and it was like more of a. I feel like I move like a swan.
It's a combination of timing.
I'm sorry, did you say you move like a swan?
Oh, like a swan.
I felt like in that spin, I'm like, I feel like I'm
swan-like,
swan.
graceful.
His feet,
Very graceful.
That's an offensive tackle with great feet.
Yes.
Very graceful.
Yes.
So I feel like that speaks more volume than throwing shot.
Would an offensive line, if I was your offensive line coach, the great late Mike Mazer,
Yes.
Tony Baselli's first offensive line coach with the Jacksonville Jaguars, used to do this in practice. I don't know why, but if you heard this, would you understand what he's saying? Feet, 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 feet. He used to yell that all the time. Feet, 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 feet. Like, move your feet.
I understand that.
Is that what he said?
I understand.
Okay.
I understand that.
All right.
Gotta move 'em.
So what do we head into this summer? Oh, how was spring? Did you play your spring game
So
already?
we don't have a spring game, so we have a scrimmage.
Oh.
We gonna let
We
everybody
don't
see.
need it. We don't want it.
we ain't
Yeah.
trying to-
We're just keeping it down low.
keeping it to ourselves until we go beat Bowls by 50.
Nice.
Oh.
Is that the opener?
Yep.
Oof.
Oh, you
That's a
played
good
Bowls
one,
in the
huh?
opener?
Yep.
That literally becomes. I mean, there's few openers that can carry somewhat of a theme in spring, even, and that one is an eye opener and up to, huh? That's a great. What a great Jacksonville. Like if you had to draw up
the season.
Yeah, if you had to draw up a Jacksonville matchup,
Bowls and Trinity back to back for these guys.
Ooh,
let's go.
I love that.
Who's KIPP Bold City? Is that Jacksonville?
That's Kip.
Yeah, is that from
Kip,
here?
Kip is a new school. This is like a charter school
In town?
They just got a football team.
Now, let me ask you.
Spring. That's just the warm up.
That's
game.
like the
Yeah,
What did you Trinity or Bowls? Like who do you-
Mainland too.
Yep.
Oh, who do you consider the bigger boy? Like who's the bigger brand? Bowls and Trinity.
I'll say Bowls.
You would say Bowls. That's. I was wondering because as a younger guy, I thought Trinity could be because Trinity's now one more than Bowls, right? Hick?
I don't think so. I think Bowls has 11.
Oh, Bowls has 11, huh?
I think they're. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I thought they were more at like 7 or 8.
I would have
What does
to look.
Verlin have? 9?
9.
Yeah.
I think, but I'm not. But
That's-
listen to who they play: Bowls, Trinity,
That's crazy.
Mainland, Riverside, Reball, of course, Madco, Creekside, Yulee. I don't have all of them here. I have like 8 or 9 of them on your schedule. I don't know if your schedule's done yet or not, but it's good.
How is
you
it?
like that though?
We coming.
You got a good team?
We coming.
Yeah.
Just know
That's
we
good. That's
I
fun.
remember
I
the
like
last
that.
time you were here. You were
Yeah.
I like one of the things I like about you, Solomon. I like a lot of things about you, but one of the things I like about you is that high school matters to you.
Of course.
Yeah, he wants a state title.
Of course.
Yeah, I like that. Now, what will you do as a leader of this football team? How do you get these guys to play at their best every
Lead
Friday
by
night?
example.
By example.
Okay. That's what I've been doing since my freshman year.
Mm-hmm.
Staying after practice. I mean,
mm-hmm.
so I mean, I'm blessed to be surrounded with talent right now.
Right.
We have Tony, a young linebacker. He's a 26.
Mm-hmm.
Coming from Ed White.
Okay.
Playing great for us right now.
Okay.
At linebacker and at running back.
Oh.
When I tell you at practice, it's a movie. Practice, it looked like we ready for week 5.
All right.
Oh.
I'm going to take this under advisement.
Let me ask you a
I'm
question.
going to play the over this year, Hick.
At the age of 60, okay, or 61, if I put on the gear, okay, and I lined up at running back for Ichiban, and I'm running right behind you.
You don't got to run.
Will you take care of me and allow
No,
me
you
to
can
get a
walk,
couple?
you said.
Can I get a
You
couple
ain't gotta
yards?
run, you can walk.
Can you give me like a blindside moment, like the
can walk.
blindside movie, where you
Walk.
just take the guy and move him so I
Take
can
your
just
time.
We should put Dan in the helmet. We should put Dan in the helmet.
You know
and have him
what?
Follow.
You know what really stinks too?
What?
Because inevitably we'll have Solomon in again.
Yes.
Before he
Yes.
takes off. What makes it worse is each and every time we meet with him, and my eyes go right, I hate it even more.
Oh,
I hate it even more. With
Oh,
it.
yeah, I love the kid.
So make the FSU, guys, all giggly out there today. And how did you come about, deciding on FSU and about what they've, what they're doing over there, what they got going?
I believe in Coach Atkins and Coach Norvell. That's been the beginning thing. That's been the thing since I've committed. Everybody asks, well, who have Coach Atkins put in the lead? They're like, oh man, this kid's college career can be ruined. It's at the end of the day, I feel like this football period is so very small compared to my rest of my life.
Good.
I'll be done playing football by the age of 28. Most people, they have, what's the average, like a year and you done?
Yep.
Yeah, if that.
As soon as you get drafted,
You're on the clock.
I promise you, you got to try out after you get drafted.
Yeah.
He's a wise man.
They don't talk about that though.
Yeah.
So when you talk about the reward ratio is not it's not that giving if you've been giving your life to football all your life. So you really got to see, okay, I'm going into college, right? I'm about to embark on a totally different chapter in my life. Who gonna stick beside me in them hard days? Not just because, I play good for you right now.
Right.
Because, okay, you can be 5-star. You can be 14 on ESPN. Okay, that's cool.
Right.
That's real cool.
Yeah.
That's for the media, all that kind of stuff. But
it's not a guarantee.
When you get there, you playing against 25-year-olds. You playing against guys who have kids. Grown men who they line up against you. It's not okay, I'm not going to say everybody's mindset, but their mindset is either me or you. If it's a defensive lineman lined up in front of me, he knows that I have to run through him to feed my family.
Right.
To feed my kids.
Right.
To provide for my family.
Right.
That's something to fight for.
Man,
so I mean, it's a different chapter, and I feel like I feel like Coach Atkins and Coach Norvell has my best interest at heart.
Listen, we're proud of you. We're happy for you. We want you to keep going, and we're gonna follow you along here as you go about your career and the rest of your life.
Yes, sir.
So you always have a home here at 1010.
Man, listen, the phones keep ringing, the text line going crazy right now. Everybody jealous of Florida State right now. And
I know.
Not just that.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, we should have this man on as a regular. Solomon, keep it up. We all proud of you.
We are. So come see us anytime, but we'll catch back up with you after you guys.
All right, let's go see Hicken. We
season
can't find the 356th best tackle in the country. We'll get him committed by the end of the day.
Congratulations on everything. Have a great summer, Solomon.
Yes, sir. Thank
All right,
you.
That's Solomon Thomas, Rains High School. Mr. Rains, by the way, is
that's
who
true.
you shall refer to him as from here on out. Ichibani.
Needed a boost. I'm glad it happened for him.
He's and getting ready for a big senior season. So great to see you, my man.
Yes, sir.
All right.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. It's hard to explain, but play-by-play just sounds better on the radio.
What a turn of events!
1010XL, Jacksonville's home for play-by-play.
Your cooling system isn't working. Maybe somebody showed up with a portable electronic device. Then they discussed with you what your options are. Maybe they gave you an estimate that seems like an awful lot of money. What's the smart thing to do? When the situation merits a second opinion, get a Mike Merritt opinion. Yes, the Mike Merritt Comfort Team shows up with hand tools. We've never been able to fix an air conditioning problem with a tablet. Mike Merritt has been the trusted name for more than 30 years because there's never any hocus pocus. The Merritt team will walk you through the diagnostic steps up close and personal and show you exactly what you need. And the Mike Merritt price is likely to be far less because there's never an overtime charge, and the Merritt team doesn't work on commission. So remember, when it comes to the health of your cooling system, a second opinion can only help, and a Mike Merritt opinion can save you money. Florida license CACO 50384.
At Hodges Mazda, we are proud of our solid reputation in the Jacksonville community. Lauren Brooks here. As your hometown Mazda dealer, our high customer service standards and our huge inventory of new and used cars provide our customers a consistently first-rate car buying experience. Our professional non-commissioned sales team puts your best interest first without exception. And every vehicle purchased from Hodges Mazda comes with 2 years free maintenance. Visit Hodges Mazda today or shop online at HodgesMazda.com and discover the Hodges Mazda difference.
Are you tired of having a plain and boring backyard? Really want to impress your family and friends this year? Then stop by Stone Core on Phillips Highway. Imagine hosting guests at your new outdoor kitchen, relaxing by your custom-built fireplace under a brand new pergola. Stone Core can also remodel your old pool deck and beautiful new pavers. Make your backyard wishes a reality. Visit Stone Core on Phillips Highway and let's get started at stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
Hey Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Start your Saturday with a whiff of the great outdoors.
Captain Kevin Favor here with Captain Kirk and Jeff Loggeman, and we bring you the fresh air of the great outdoors.
On the Nimnet Outdoors Show, presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
After consulting with several orthopedic specialists about my constant knee pain, I chose Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and Dr. Chris Swanson to handle my surgery. Their professionalism let me know this team was the one for me. The surgery was very successful, and if I ever have a future need, I'll continue to trust Southeast Orthopedic Specialists to take care of me.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Imagine waking up this time next week and being 100% debt-free from credit cards, car loans, and personal loans. Hey, Prosser here. Loan Pronto's Equity Express line of credit can make it happen. Homeowners are turning their home equity into cash almost instantly. With Loan Pronto's AI-based system, you can get approval in about 10 minutes with almost no documentation, no appraisal, and no hassle. You can get hundreds of thousands of dollars out of your home. Use that money to pay off all your other loans. The average homeowner saves over $850 a month doing this. Listen, your home value's way up. You can use that to wipe out all those credit cards. Get some money for a home improvement. Literally hundreds of thousands are at your fingertips, and approval is just minutes away. So call now, 904-999-1508, 904-999-1508, or go to loanpronto.com. NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval, equal housing lender.
Are you really even celebrating if you're not getting the Memorial Day meat sweats from Southern Steer Butcher? We're stocked and ready for you. Check out all of our Memorial Day specials online Wednesday to Monday.
For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
Need or want cash? Beach's Jewelry and Pawn has cash available. Ready to buy guitars, surfboards, jewelry, firearms, tools, and especially gold. They need it all, selling or pawning. Get cash on the spot at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach.
How nice would it be not to worry about your AC unit for 10 years? What? Vaughn's Heating and Air, standing by their units for 10 years. Imagine not having to think about your AC unit for a decade. Vaughn's 10-year warranty covers the parts, labor, and refrigerant. Basically everything. No fictional problems that will cost thousands. This is legit. An AC unit with no repair costs. Wouldn't that be nice? So remember, if your AC unit won't turn on, just call Vaughn's. That's Vaughn's Heating and Air.
Hey, it's one of life's most important decisions. If you're 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, you have children, you likely want to take care of your family. Of course you do. That's why I'm here to tell you about Matt Hinson and the Hinson Law Firm. Maddie's the attorney, I'm not. But here's the question. Have you done your last will? Oh, heck, I haven't done. Well, listen, besides getting your assets to the people that you choose, your hard work goes to the people that you love. Planning also helps minimize income, gift, and estate taxes as well. Matt Hinson's your guy. He'll listen, help you with some tough decisions, provide you the info needed so you're at ease with your choice. It's the Hinson Law Firm. You got questions, reach out to Matty. He's got the answers. 527-1700, 904-527-1700. Office is Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists is not affiliated with the NFL or the Jacksonville Jaguars. Discussion regarding injuries is solely based on opinion. Coming up, the weekly Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Medical Report featuring Dr. Kevin Murphy, a board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine, upper extremities, and arthroscopy of the shoulders and knees. Dr. Murphy is a nationally and internationally recognized orthopedic expert. He's a former orthopedic consultant to the White House and the Pentagon, and currently serves as head team physician for UNF, the Jacksonville Icemen, and Northeast Florida area high schools.
All right, you better crank it up. Dr. Kevin Murphy, Southeast Orthopedic Specialist in the house. He does the work. Then it's up to you afterwards to put in the work to get better. We were over at the office. Center 1, Doc. Center 1 for the rehab yesterday for the youngster as he continues to now recover from your fine work that you have left, your mark that you have left on the youngster.
That's important.
It is.
You got to rehab it.
Yeah.
Put it back together.
In any type of thing that you guys do, any type of surgeries you do, rehab is vitally important, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
You put the
And it's also the hardest part of the process.
Well, you put the tissue back together. You fix some, reconstruct or ACL, whatever the case may be. And if you don't get into rehab, you don't get your muscle back. It gets stiff. You're not going to have a good outcome. So you got to work hard on that end of it, really, to get where you want to be.
And if you're lucky, right, some rehab faster, just naturally.
Tissue heals at a certain period of time, but you're absolutely right. If you don't rehab it properly, you're going to be behind. And once you get the muscle going, it comes along a whole lot quicker.
There's X amount of time that you need no matter what.
That's
in other words,
and you hate it. Like I said, especially those first ones, they're so painful. They're terrible, but they definitely get you. Without it, you'll just probably stiff. You probably won't heal the right way.
Yeah, well, when the tissue is healed, which it predictably will, if you're stiff and don't have your muscle back, it's going to be a long process.
Can I use that in transition here? Mm-hmm. Some days I feel amazing, and then some days I wake up like, dang, my shoulder's a little achy. But every day I work, whenever I finish rehab or I'm in a weight room lifting, it's like, okay, I'm back. How long after shoulder surgery are you still doing rehab? And how long after shoulder surgery should it not, quote, feel achy if you're like 23 years old?
Yeah, 23-year-olds, it's going to be a labrum. And generally, the tissue's healed around 6 weeks. You're good around 3 months.
Should you be more nervous if the guy you're talking about seems to always be hurt, no matter whether it's soft tissue or bone itself, he finds a way to the sideline? I'm talking about Anthony Richardson, whose shoulder surgery, correct me if I'm wrong, gang, wasn't it in October?
Yeah.
It's a long, long time ago. It's not like this happened in February, and, it's a story that he's throwing for the first time. Are we?
That seems like he's behind a little bit.
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
That's what I would wonder.
Particularly the surgery he had. It wasn't a labor repair. It wasn't inside the joint itself. This was above the joint at the AC joint. So that's outside the ball and cup joint. So, affecting his throwing really should be minimal effect.
He said that before he couldn't even lift his arm up. That makes sense with that injury.
Yeah, that's the pain when you come up or across your body is where that AC joint hurts a lot. But that's long healed.
So why would he be, quote, achy?
Well,
I think I'm not, but some guys, there's a toughness factor that goes in, I'm not accusing anyone.
So here's one of the bad things of doing that operation. We talked about that. A lot of them we don't fix.
Right.
When you disrupt the AC joint, the clavicle pops up, and there's a joint there. There's a cartilage between those two bones, the acromion, which is part of your scapula, and the clavicle. That's the acromioclavicular joint, the AC joint. So you disrupt that, and when you put it back down in the normal position and fix it, well, that joint's still bad. You're not fixing the cartilage, and so sometimes you can get arthritis and arthritic changes there that cause pain. So maybe that's what he's dealing with, but that's one of the downsides of actually fixing it. Absolutely. But it happens, and that may be what it is.
Are there other quarterbacks that have sustained that injury and they just rest and rehabbed their way through it and ended up being fine and playing the rest of their career? Or to be a quarterback, do you have to take the risk of it could not heal completely properly, but it has to be done to be effective?
No, it does not have to be done to be effective. And most of those heal on their own. You get normal strength and function, and that's why most people don't fix it.
Why would they have done the surgery? What would be the reason?
May have shopped it around. If it's way up and really kind of tenting the skin up that far, a lot of times you fix those cosmetically, or you just say this is really going to bother him just because it's punching into the muscle like Jeff's hideous shoulder is. Look at that thing.
I don't want.
But yours was a fracture. That was a little different.
It's a collarbone fracture.
It's an animal. He looks like an animal.
But a similar deal with the end of the clavicle pops up like that. Sometimes you'll say, okay, we got to fix that one. No. But, yeah, there are many that have been left alone and done just fine.
Doc, I was reading this story or saw this thing on Penny Hardaway. Penny Hardaway was a terrific process showing the fans now on the channel.
Oh, look away, look away.
Peeps.
Hello, fans.
Look away.
I was reading this story on Penny Hardaway, and I don't know if this is true or not, so I'm asking the doctor, but he said his biggest regret in his career was having microfractures. He hurt his knee. He had microfracture surgery. This is 25 years ago. And I guess he had it twice. And he said after it, I just knew I wasn't the same player. Do we still do microfracture, or has that been phased out?
No, you still do that. It's called various different things. microfracture technically if you've got worn end of the bone cartilage. So ultimately, he had arthritis of his knee.
Okay.
He had worn the
when
end.
he was very young.
Yeah.
You can still have
so
that.
he had
okay.
worn the end of the bone, shiny cartilage off of his bone, and so you're trying to stimulate that bone to heal and put new cartilage on there. So you make little holes in it, and that's what microfracture is. It bleeds and stimulates new growth of cartilage.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different kind of cartilage. It doesn't withstand the same impact. So it doesn't work 100%. It works okay. Now we have, the PRP injections. That
would you do that
a lot
before
of
the
times,
microfracture for an athlete?
If you're in there doing a surgery
Yeah.
for his meniscus and you see that, you would likely do something to that, either
Right.
what we call an abrasion of that, abrasion chondroplasty, or the microfracture. You just want to stimulate some bleeding there.
Mhm.
But yeah, you could augment that then with some PRP to help as well.
It's Ed Hardaway, one of the pioneers of microfracture surgery in the NBA, which I think is probably true. Does that sound right? 25 years ago?
Mhm.
Jamal Mashburn, Terrell Brandon were two All-Stars, also went through the procedure in their 30s. They failed to return to their same level of play. Penny said that the pain and discomfort became so great it made even getting out of a car a chore. It took me so long after a game to get out of the car. I knew then something wasn't right, and I was never the same after the microfracture surgery. And the statistics bear that out. My quad and my VMO on the strength work could never get strong enough. It just seemed like my left quad stayed weak and atrophied the entire time and never got back as strong as the right. I knew I wasn't the same. Does that sound...
Yeah, and a lot of those were done in the kneecap area.
Right.
In that area, there's so much friction and contact with the kneecap and the femur that it's hard to get that to work as well as the end of the bone of the femur where the kneecap's not touching it. So that particular area of the knee is what causes a lot of pain when you're sitting to standing, getting up out of the car, and it makes your muscle atrophy more so than the other.
I'll go back to a baseball injury real quick. Another one of our guys on the Mets is going to get Tommy John. But it took him I don't know, he's been having, it starts with elbow discomfort. And again, I go back to this. Is it these guys just don't hear what the doctor is telling them? Like if your elbow hurts and I shut you down as a pitcher, okay, and you examine it and you say, well, we're going to need to get an MRI but it looks like it's a torn UCL. I mean, you can tell that in the examination or no?
You can tell where it hurts that it's the UCL, and if you have some...
So now we know there's
really
something
loose,
wrong with the UCL.
Yes.
So then we do the MRI, and when you look at the MRI, you can now tell me it's torn.
Yes, you can tell if it's partially torn.
But is that where
torn.
the debate becomes, it's partially torn, so you can just shut down for 3 months, 2 months, I don't know how long you would put on it, or you can have the surgery. Is that where we get the debate?
Yes.
Because it's partially torn?
Yeah. Yeah, if it's completely torn,
you're done.
You're done.
You got to get it done.
And a lot of them don't necessarily tear in half. It's not an abrupt injury.
So they're usually partially torn.
Who was the quarterback? Purdy.
Yes.
So this was an acute tear.
Okay.
Most of them are not like that,
okay.
Where you have one injury that it pops off. It usually is stretched. So it looks different on the MRI. There's uptake in it, but they're loose and it's painful. So it's a difficult thing.
Right.
But the bottom line comes that they can't throw because of pain there. That's where they're headed. They're going to get that Tommy John surgery.
What? I guess each one is different then. You have to look at the MRI before you can say, look, I would get the surgery. Or, you know what, if you want, I think this one can heal on its own. If you want to take 2 months off, give it a shot. I know that former Met Seth Lugo's had a lot, and he had a partially torn one 5 years ago, and he never got the surgery, and he's still pitching.
Yeah.
So sometimes it does.
Well, and some of those, if he's not lax when you examine, if it doesn't open up and gap open, that it's not loose on exam,
okay,
and it's a partial tear, you can try again. The PRP things, the biologics to try and get it, and we do that all the time.
Sure.
To try and get it to heal. It's worth trying that. If it's completely torn in the MRI, the game's over.
I guess as a professional athlete, though, the time comes into account. So, okay, so I'll take, like if I had how long is a normal time off before we start the pitching again? Would it be 2 months, 3 months?
Well, 3 months would be the earliest. They usually hold them out a whole lot longer than that.
Okay, so then if I
it's more like 6 months.
Okay, so then if I do that and then have the surgery, then I'm really losing 2, maybe 3 seasons. I mean, it starts to add up.
Listen, it's not just the pro athletes that do that calculus. You come in with these high school kids, and
sure,
they've already got that figured out too. So.
Right.
An 18-game NFL schedule is once again heating up. This time they won't be able to avoid the ink that comes stained on those beautiful bills that they now print, and they will add an 18th regular season game. How do you define the maximum? You know what I mean? I mean, why not 20? Why not 25? Why not 26 games a year? Why not play half the year and then take half the year off? I mean, is it measurable? And if it's not measurable, why wouldn't they just keep adding an extra game or two every 5-10 years just to keep up with their insatiable thirst for cash?
Well, you have a good point, but I don't think there is a number. Injuries happen. And throughout the year, if guys play through being hurt when they're, there's a difference between being injured and hurt, and you play through these hurt things and ultimately get to the point where you really get injured. But there's no defining number of games that predicts when they're going to have that injury as opposed to playing hurt all the time.
So an 18 or 20 game schedule as opposed to 14, it's not that you have it's not the wear and tear of having 6 more physical games. It's that roulette effect of you're taking a lot more shots at an injury that will knock you out. So it's it's not the fatigue or the wearing down that your body takes, and I guess you can make arguments that because it's worn down, it was more likely to be injured in that roulette effect. But the biggest risk against playing more regular season games is that more players will be playing more live action plays, which will bring the opportunity to be injured. Is that accurate?
That's a really good analysis of accuracy. Yeah, that's true.
All right. So because that's what'll come back and forth, right? And I was just wondering when we hear people, either the players union themselves talking about the health of the athlete or the owners talking about the health, that it's important. It's not really the longevity of it. It's the, it's that.
Yeah, guys don't
opportunity that you're opening up.
Yeah, the ACL injury is somebody hit you in the knee,
Yeah.
right? You got clipped, whatever it is. It's just one of those things.
Yeah.
It wasn't a factor that you were tired and you were worn down.
I got you. We do have one bit of news when it comes to injuries, and she is the number 5 player in the world now, Jessica Pegula. She's the daughter of the Pegulas who own both the Buffalo Bills and Sabres, but she pulled out of the French Open this morning. She's recovering from injury. The now 30 years old son won a major. You better win one quick. They don't come to women in their 30s, at least not unless they were winning them in their 20s, it seems. Anyway, said earlier this month, unsure. She is, what is the injury?
Don't know.
That's weird. Shaking off an injury that derailed her clay court. Last competed in April. Missed a swing. A neck issue. She's had a neck issue of some sort. She said, I'm just about back to practicing normal. She's trying to save herself for a grass season. I think Wimbledon is where she's done her best, through the years. Anyway.
All right.
Anything else, Doc?
I think we're good, boys.
JackSportsDoc.com.
Yes, sir.
And our guest each and every Thursday going inside the injury report. We're back with more on a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday next.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
He's the life of the party.
Tangle, let's all get down, get funky.
Joe C.
I do voices.
Join the radio party.
Play that funky music, white boy.
2 to 4.
Let's play this backwards and see if it gets any better.
On 1010XL.
I've been a take of business, no crabs.
Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com, then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
All right, sports fans, Hicken here, and let's talk skin. Me, myself, and I, and Beaches Dermatology. Hey, we're reminding you to wear your sunscreen, right? I mean, Doctors Boudreaux and Metz, they like you. They'd like to visit with you, but they don't want to see you. They want you to take care of your body, man. Wear the sunscreen this summer. It's hot out. The sun beats down here in the Sunshine State. You're at the ball field, you're in a boat, you're at the beach. Man, wear the screen. And by the way, you don't want to develop anything on your skin. If you do, listen, Go see Doctors Boudreaux and Metz. Don't wait. Get it taken care of. No problem. They'll take care of me for decades, man. They do a great job. So give Beaches Dermatology a call online at beachesdermatology.com.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and you know you've heard this before. Why is it so hot in this house? Well, summer's already here on the First Coast, and those soaring temperatures can do a number on our ACs. This is where the good folks at Fenwick Home Services have you covered. Fenwick offers same-day 24/7 service, and if you need a new AC because yours is on its last leg or already broken, Fenwick has next-day installation. That's right, next day, and can keep your family cool and comfortable all year long. Book online now at FenwickHomeservices.com. That's FenwickHomeservices.com, and stay cool and comfortable all year long.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
You've probably heard the saying, it's not how hard you get hit, it's whether or not you get back up. Well, I'm attorney Brett Hastings, and I have a saying of my own. If you get hit with a personal injury or wrongful death, hit back and fight to make them pay. At Hastings Injury Law, we have the experience you want if you or a loved one suffer a car or trucking accident or wrongful death. Just call 904-HIT-BACK and we'll help you get up and hit back. Office is Jacksonville.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville, and when the sun's out, it's time to ride. And Triumph, tell me this, Greg, they've got new pricing that's going to bring more people to the showroom to check them out.
They do. They've got 2 hot new models, both under $6,000, one under $5,000. Same great, legendary Triumph quality and ride. You got to come see it.
And it's a big, heavy motorcycle underneath you.
It is. It's all Triumph.
Log on, cyclesofjacksonville.com, or check them out in the showroom. They're on Atlantic near Regency.
Need protection? Call Craig and Christine Kaprosky at Goosehead Insurance. The Kaproskys are a husband-wife team committed to finding you the right coverage at the right price in just a few short minutes. For home, auto, flood, or specialty insurance, Craig and Christine Kaprosky are the answer. Craig.Kaprosky at goosehead.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, boaters and landlubbers, friends, four-legged and two, this is Lisa the Botanista with a huge announcement. Freedom Boat Club is opening a brand new 4th location. That's right. Freedom Boat Club St. Augustine Shipyard is now open. Now members can enjoy unlimited access at Julington Creek, Jacksonville Beach, St. Augustine Comanche Cove, and St. Augustine Shipyard. Freedom Boat Club members also enjoy reciprocal access to over 400 locations across the world. There's never been a better time to join. We are offering our biggest discount ever to celebrate our brand new location. We own and maintain an entire fleet of boats. Join the club, and as often as you like, you can do water sports, inshore fishing, offshore fishing, sandbar hopping, dining on the water, or just cruising around town. Visit us at the St. Augustine Shipyard or stop by any of our locations to see what the Boatsiers experience is all about. Visit us at freedomboatclub.com.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Southern Oak Insurance. The Jaguars secondary is an area that the team is looking to improve in the upcoming season. Defensive coordinator Ryan Nielsen is looking at options.
So you're going to see a bunch of different combinations when you're out there. We want to see them line up at all these different positions and give everybody an opportunity.
Veteran center Mitch Morse, appearing on 1010XL, doesn't look for a step up despite having worked with head coach Doug Peterson previously.
It's been 9 years, so we both changed quite a bit. So no, it was a clean slate.
On the strength of 4 2-run home runs, 5-seeded Florida State beat 9th-seeded Georgia Tech Tuesday afternoon. Florida will face 4-seeded Virginia Friday at 11 a.m. The winner will advance to the semifinals on Saturday. And that's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
It's 8:08 and it's 74 degrees. Time and Temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the 10-minute drill.
This is a big one.
On 1010XL.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
Yeah! All right, sports concepts and rationalizations. We do it each and every day. We call it the 10-minute drill. At the end of the drill, we like to hand out a prize pack.
I call it razzle dazzle.
Oh, you do? Okay. E, what are you going to hand out to the boys today?
Giving a $50 gift card to Southern Steer Butchers.
Oh.
Yeah, that's some good meat over there.
Yeah,
and make sure y'all go check out Helmets and Heels, who will be recording, broadcasted live this Friday from a Southern Steer Butchers. But at the end of the 10-minute drill, make sure you holler at me for that gift card.
Okay, wonderful. So lots of things going on. I noticed the Gators went out in the baseball, so now we'll sit and wait and see if they get in. They're quietly optimistic they'll get in. I don't know that they will. They're not really. They did take 2 out of 3 from Georgia to end over 500. They lost to Vandy, one and done in the tourney. I'm not real.
If they do go, they will never make it out of the regional.
They're
not good enough.
So.
They don't have enough pitching, right? And as flawed as Florida is, it would show up at its, most dangerous peak during this format where you run out of pitching if you got good pitching and deep pitching. So, and how have the Noles settled in?
Noles are in the ACC tournament. They are not playing
Did their season stay as hot as it was at one point?
I think they're in the hunt for – I think they're anywhere from – you want to be one of the top 8. I think they were right around 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
In that area is where I think that they will find themselves. We'll see if they can make a run in the ACC tournament and help themselves or not. Softball couldn't set up any better for Florida. FSU is in. They both won their regionals. Now they play the super regional or whatever against best of 3. The difference is Florida gets Baylor at home, and if they win 2 of those 3, they go to the College World Series. FSU has to go to this place called Norman, Oklahoma.
They're pretty good.
Number 2 Sooners. We're not number 1. Texas was number 1 this year, and they'll have to win 2 of 3 out there, which is not going to be easy. So that's where those 2 programs are in softball. So good stuff happening in that world.
Are you like me? And the older you get, the less you actually look at the headline story. In other words, did you look at who the NBA's all-first team was? Have you actually opened and looked who the 5 players are who were on the all-NBA team?
No, I saw that Brunson was second team, and, of course, Knicks people are up in arms because statistically he was much better than Tatum. They think he should be ahead of Tatum, but it's the first Knick guard to make all-NBA first or second team since Walt Frazier.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I had Pete. Did Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, so so Hick, you didn't look. It's SGA. It's Doncic.
Yeah.
It's Giannis.
Yeah.
It's Joker.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, as you said, Jason Tatum. There's a pretty big drop-off.
Who's the second team?
I don't have that in front. I can tell you, though. Let's see.
Now, there's some guys who are not eligible because they didn't play enough games, like Embiid.
I want to say Kawhi's on the second team. Brunson's on the second team.
Mm-hmm.
Donovan Mitchell, Julius Randle, Jimmy Butler among those who weren't eligible with that 65-game rule.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. The second team, Anthony Edwards, like you said. Halliburton was third team. Brunson, second team.
AD, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, Anthony Edwards, Kawhi, and Brunson. That's the second team.
Okay.
LeBron made the third team, the oldest to make an All-NBA team. He was already the youngest to make an All-NBA team in 04-05. So he's been picked in 20 of his 21 seasons, the most all-time. What year didn't he make it?
Rookie year.
Oh, okay.
The active Luka is on his way to being the generational talent of this era from this standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
In front of me, I have the active players and their first team All-NBA resume. In other words, how many times they've been first team All-NBA active players. LeBron in a runaway. 13 times in LeBron's career, he's been a first team All-NBA player.
Okay.
Next, with 6, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Giannis. Durant and Harden, safe to say, will not have another year in their career where they're first team All-NBA.
I would think not.
Yeah, maybe Durant, maybe if he's super splashy one year, but probably not. Giannis will have more for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But already, 5th with 5 in his 6 years in the league. Luka Doncic, 5 times first team All-NBA. He's 25 years old. So, in 6 years, 5 for the Atlanta Hawks drafted him and traded him for Trae Young, boys. Good golly Neds. You're shaving your faceplate. Good grief.
My dog said, golly Neds.
Good gracious. Golly jeepers willigers. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
I mean, are you kidding me?
We're not.
Yeah, Joker and SGA at the top with the 99 of a possible 100 total votes. Luka, somebody decided, wasn't first, second, or third team. Oh, that's not true. 99 is actually unless there were 99. Maybe there were only 9. No? Yeah, there were only 99. So 2 were unanimous, SGA and Joker. Doncic got 98 first-team votes and 1 second-team vote. Giannis, 88 for the first team, 11 for the second team. And then, to your point, Tatum, 65-34, so it's pretty split.
Well, the NFL team's been on the field here. Kind of OTAs are kicking off, so different teams and different things happening and little storylines you're watching. And one of the things that struck me, this is only a May observation, but it's a team that kind of has struck me as this could be a team I think that could knock off Kansas City. And
wow.
This is not a proclamation. This is not are you rolling on this? This is just a little bit of an observation of, and it's not like earth-shattering either. Like, oh, really, Hick?
Yeah, is it Bengals? Is that who you're
No,
on?
I was going to think the Ravens.
Okay.
I think the Ravens, I like how, I like that Lamar's still tinkering, trying to figure it out. You can tell it's important to him. And I think Derrick Henry and him are going to be dynamic. I think Derrick Henry's got some juice left. I could see Derrick Henry doing some stuff with that offensive line and that quarterback as a threat to run. I think they're going to be I think this could be a good year for the Baltimore
Well,
Ravens.
I mean, to your point, it's hard. It's hard to fancy them as coming out of nowhere. They were the top seed last year, and they went to the AFC Championship game a year ago, and they couldn't beat them at home.
Right.
I don't know, Dan. I love Lamar. He's a 2-time MVP, but I think everything else has to be so perfect. He's the one quarterback of the great quarterbacks that I don't think can just put a team on his back with 2 minutes to go and go get a win. As good as he is and as MVP level as he is, I think there might be 8 to 10 other quarterbacks I'd rather have in that situation.
Okay.
And so you're kind of stuck a little bit if the Ravens. You got a 2-time MVP. You've just paid him $50 million a year. You don't have. There's no reason to be looking for a quarterback. There's nothing that tells you this guy isn't a great quarterback. But in that scenario, I'm in the postseason, and when inevitably you're down 10 with 12 minutes to go, he goes way down the power rankings, right? If we did a power ranking right now of NFL quarterbacks,
I don't know.
That you want with the ball down 10
Yeah.
with 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, I get it, but I don't know. Again, not willing to sit there. I'm not sticking my neck out. I just like what I'm hearing. They drafted corners. I like that. I got that young kid on the inside of that D-line, that Matabuike.
Yeah, one of the best players in
had a
in the
really
league at
good
that
year.
position.
They signed him. I just think there's a lot of contented, hungry people in Baltimore. They're a winning organization. That's a team that I would definitely.
Okay, well, yeah, for sure. I get you. I kind of you're putting them in the category that I put them in every year, and I am not saying that I have completely lost belief in Lamar. What I am saying is I feel like either the championship game or the Super Bowl, the Ravens defense going to have to hold the other guys to 10.
Yeah.
I guess that's what I'm saying. I don't see Lamar and that offense, the way they play, get rolling like we've seen some of these other teams. And, well, it doesn't matter if the Chiefs get 27, the Ravens will get 31. And they may very well do it in the regular season opener, Dan. It may play out that way. The Ravens have gotten in some shootouts, and they've scored a lot of points. But it just seems when you get to the postseason and you're playing the very best in the league who are playing their very best football, I'm losing trust, in those situations where they are down. Look, beat everyone like you beat the Texans, and sure, and I'm not even saying he's not good enough, but I just, to be a 2-time MVP and to be considered, I saw one list recently had him the second best quarterback in the league. Where would you take Lamar? Where would you take Lamar right now?
Top 5 guy.
Yeah.
4.
But okay, but still 4 is not 2.
Great. With 2-time league MVP.
To me, I'd be more on because they've been a little under the radar because of health and otherwise, I'd be more on the Bengals. But I don't, that's me, going gaga over Burrow and Chase pretty much. I mean, they've lost Mixon. Their defense, I don't even know. Their O-line's never been great. I think Burrow will get one.
Yeah.
But he's got to stay healthy. He's been hurt a lot.
Yeah. You take Burrow over Lamar?
I think if both are humming and healthy, especially in a playoff game. Maybe not maybe on your typical regular season game. I don't know, but in a playoff game, you bet I would.
And that's just not because Burrow, he came to play. And when you think playoff football,
Burrow's
Burrow comes
a dog.
to play. Right.
Burrow's a dog. And
Lamar
not
really
that
don't
Lamar's
show up.
not too. Well, and for whatever reason, there's also this. You design your offense to be a certain way, and then you get in a high-stress situation that is counter to what your offensive philosophy is.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Ravens are never going to go into a game where Lamar's going to throw it 30 times. They're going to get in the spread option. They're going to run it a bunch. He's going to utilize his legs, and that's great until the Chiefs lead you by 10.
Of all the quarterback rankings, why does this one off-season ranking by this person stand out more than anybody else's?
Okay.
Is it because he's been controversial? And I'm talking about Chris Sims in his top 40, which he does every offseason.
I mean, through the
like everybody.
I don't know if it stands out more because I'm getting most of my information just linked through these 4 or 5 primary internet platforms.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine on social media it probably
would you
comes
agree,
at you from 3
would
or 4
you
places.
agree with that? That top 40 that Sims he
Because it's what he said about our quarterback the very first year. So every year, whenever he say something, I'm gonna take note to it.
He had Blake Bortles at what, like 40-something, or remember that one year?
Yeah, and then he had Zach Wilson over Trevor.
Yes, correct.
That's the big one.
That's correct. And so you start looking at it. He's only released up to 26, I think. I was just looking at it, and he's got Jarrett Stidham at 40. He's got Minshew at 39, Kenny Pickett at 38, Joe Flacco.
39 that's if I'm Gardner Minshew at some point, it's like, come on, man. Let's
I
at
would
least
agree.
be fair.
Yep.
39.
Yeah.
He's more like 20.
I would agree.
That's weak. Hey, by the way, what were you, Sims? 800th in your
Well,
career?
again,
Whatever.
we
I
can get
it.
into the. I'm just,
That's too much, though. That's just
Joe
silliness.
Flacco 37, Jacoby Brissett 36, Jameis 35. Jameis now with the Cleveland Browns, by the way.
Nice.
Bryce Young 34, Sam Darnold 33, Anthony Richardson 32. Now we're getting into the starters. Or Ryan Tannehill's a free agent. He has 31. J.J. McCarthy 30. Bo Nix 29. Jaden Daniels 28. Michael Penix Jr. He must be high on him. He has him ahead of Jaden Daniels. Will Levis 26. So that's where we're released up to. And I would say out of all these guys, there's 2 guys to me who could make a big jump. If I were to guess, of all the guys I just read, I would pick either Anthony Richardson or Jaden Daniels as the guys who could make the biggest jump this year.
Well,
guys,
it depends on how he analyzes them and rates them, because if they do if they are more successful, it's going to be because they run the ball so well. Neither one of those guys I wouldn't think is going to suddenly be 32 touchdown, 10 interception guy throwing. I could be wrong.
Lamar was, remember? And he came out of kind of and as a runner and went and had great throwing numbers. So I don't know, but it's just I think we talk about him more than just about any quarterback ranking when we look at him.
At Lamar?
No, at Phil Sims.
Oh. Okay, yeah.
That's what I think. But anyway, we'll see. We'll see how it goes and what happens and how it all plays out. But it's interesting as we go through here. And
What do you think Lamar was in passing yards last year in the NFL?
Middle?
15th.
Yeah.
I mean, Super Bowls in today's day and age aren't won by quarterbacks who are 15th in the league in passing.
We got to see.
Last year, Purdy was 5th. Mahomes was 6th.
Yeah.
Who did those teams play in their conference championship games? Jared Goff was 2nd.
Mm-hmm. And Lamar.
And then there was Lamar 15th. But before that, Tua in the playoffs, number 1. Goff, number 2. Dallas playoffs, number 3. Allen's playoffs, number 4. Purdy, Mahomes, Jordan Love, C.J. Stroud, Baker Mayfield. Trevor is the first quarterback in yards passing at number 10 in the order who did not make the playoffs.
And yet we return to, and we always circle back to the Jaguars. And the Jaguars, look, we can sort of espouse this about the Jags going into this season. And you guys, what did you have them at when you did your win-loss deal?
11-6.
11-6. E, what did you have them at?
The Jags?
Yeah.
We got about 10-7.
10-7. I think they're one of those teams who everyone's going to have in the middle, right? Well, what have we seen them? 16-13 in the power polls, 18-13, something like that.
It was 13, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 13 in the one we look at.
Yeah, that's anywhere in that category.
And that screams at you, like, I don't think anybody is going to pick the Jags to go to the Super Bowl this year.
No.
But
there'll be plenty that pick them to go to the playoffs.
There'll be a bunch who pick them to go to the playoffs, and I think that's
just missing it.
Yes, and I think that's a fair expectation. So there's really only one way to go. There's two ways to go, up or down.
Well, I can tell you what's happening.
If they go down, we're in disaster mode. If they go up, then it's.
I would be shocked if they went down. They could. I don't think without injuries they're going way down. This schedule's plenty manageable to at least be a 500 team. I mean, going down, you're saying worse than 9-8.
Yeah.
But you get to a point where staying the same seems like going down. But anyway, one thing that has happened is the overall belief in Trevor Lawrence, like league wide and other wide, is elevating again.
Okay.
Yeah, like that. There's a belief that what we saw last year, not us, we had to live with the pain.
Yes.
But just in other grading and like I had 2 Pro Football Focus articles yesterday. I had 2 of them. Trevor was number 3 in the NFL, 25 and under, ahead of C.J. Stroud and Brock Purdy.
Okay.
And pointed out the huge disparity from the fourth quarter of that Bengals game and Trevor Lawrence's season statistically. Right. You know, he was the 5th highest graded quarterback up until that fourth quarter play in PFF.
Okay.
Yeah, he had 14 touchdowns, 7 picks. He was the 5th, 88 grade. He was the 5th highest grade until then. So they put a lot of stock in that don't let the terrible stain of those last 6 make you lose sight of what they kind of think he still will be. And so, you know, I looked at something today on CBS Sports. They do like an infrastructure ranking. And they're weighted, but it's quarterback, it's play caller, it's offensive line, it's pass catchers, it's running backs. You know, and the Jags were like 20th. But outside, if you took the quarterback out of the rankings, they were second worst behind New England. Play caller.
That's not good.
Yeah, exactly. So the point being, you know, we need to fix a lot of stuff, man. I mean, the quarterback's only going to do so much.
Yeah.
And I think some of those things, in fairness, are fixed. You know, the play calling part, Doug Peterson needs to do what's best for the Jacksonville Jaguars, not Press Taylor or Doug Peterson or anyone else.
Yes. Well, if that's the case, then he should call the plays.
I believe, I don't know if there's a huge difference, but for whatever the small difference is, I don't want any. If there's any difference, I want the positive side of that difference.
If there's no difference, then it's okay.
Yeah, correct. If there and there may be no difference.
Right. And they would know better than
we
would. Yeah,
they look and analyze every play and what went wrong.
I can't imagine Doug Peterson would sit there and go, look, I'm putting Press Taylor's interests above the team's.
Right, of course.
He would never do that.
No.
And it's
Agreed.
almost, it's not almost, it's insulting to suggest that he would.
For sure.
Yeah.
A new center, a healthy year, some complimentary, although new receivers, and a defense that's at least got some, that defense carries so much of a key, Dan. It's got all the new blood. All the new blood really is on defense. The new blood. You have a complete new defensive coordinator. You have big turnover at some important positions. Offense, I know you've added those 2 receivers. For the most part, the offense is the offense. It's the same play call, same tight end, same running back, same O-line.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, 641-1010. Come kind, come courteous, come correct. Tell them what they're going to win, my friend.
$50 gift card to Southern Steel Butchers. And make sure you join Helmets and Heels this Friday. They will be broadcasted live at Southern Steel Butchers. And make sure you holler at Southern Steel Butchers for your Memorial Day specials. Holla at your boy.
This is The Drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. A slice of home, no matter how far from Jacksonville life takes you.
It's a miracle!
Download the 1010XL and XL 92.5 FM apps for free on Apple and Android devices to listen anywhere in the world.
Hey, gang, when it comes to insurance, I think we all think kind of the same. Like, we start thinking about those monthly premiums that we pay, and then if something happens to us and we need those folks, they need to be there. And that's why I'm telling you about Craig and Chris Kaprowski and Goosehead Insurance. This husband and wife team take care of all of our insurance needs. And when I say take care, I mean it. And I say this from experience. If something happens, you call the Kaprowskis, they answer, right? And they jump on what you need them to jump on. And if they don't answer, they call you right back. It's called customer service. And it's something that Kaprowskis have strived to me and to my family through the years. And they don't take it lightly. So if it's homeowners, auto, flood insurance, boat insurance, small business, Kaprowskis are always there for you at your time of need. And again, they've helped me and my family numerous times. Get an insurance checkup today. Easy to get a hold of Craig.Kaprowski at goosehead.com. Craig.Kaprowski, Koproski, goosehead.com, or call 478-8422. That's 478-8422.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
Hey sports fans, this is Hayes Carlyon for QC Kinetics. This is the absolute worst time of the year to be dealing with joint pain. You can't do all the outdoor stuff you love to do, hiking, jogging, biking, playing on the beach. Don't go through summer missing out on life. Call QC Kinetics now and find out how they can use biologics from your own body to give new life to your achy joints. You gotta call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. 904-274-5522, serving the Jacksonville area with locations in Mandarin and Ponte Vedra Beach. Again, this is the future of medicine. Tens of thousands of QC Kinetics patients around the country are living their best life this year because they made the call. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation. Revolutionary treatments for joint pain are here. Again, Mandarin and Ponte Vedra Beach. Call QC Kinetics now, 904-274-5522. That's QC Kinetics.
Save money while beautifying your home with energy-efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors from Renewal by Andersen. Their exclusive FiberX product is chic, tough, easy to maintain, and twice as strong as vinyl. And right now, buy 2 windows or patio doors and get the third at 60% off. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 1 year, while restrictions apply. Renewal by Andersen, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Visit rbafla.com for more details.
License number CGC 1527613.
The Sign and Drive Green Tag event continues, offering 0% for 84 months with no money down on a John Deere compact utility tractor with loader. Limited time offer. Visit your local Ag Pro today. Offer ends May 31st, 2024. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Nothing came easy, and he wouldn't have it any other way.
It's blue-collar line of scrimmage football. I'm Tom McManus, and I join Jaguars Today Fridays from 10 to noon.
Brought to you by Renewal by Andersen Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
Warm weather means the beach, fishing, golf, and more. Make sure to drop into Daly's and grab a cold case to go. From Bud Light to their seltzer, from Mick Ultra to Modelo, or your favorite crafts like Bold City or Sweetwater. Grab and go at your local Daly's.
Get grilling this Memorial Day weekend with Southern Steer. Buy a combo pack and snag 1 pound of ground beef and 1 pound of sausage for free. Specials listed online run this week from Wednesday to Monday.
For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
Coverage and analysis of the 2024 off-season workouts on 1010XL is brought to you by Duck Duck Rooter, plumbing, septic, and air conditioning. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, an avocado consultant from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Dave Ortega. Okay, Dave, here's your question. Your house is not bad in the morning, but by the afternoon, your AC can barely keep up, even with the curtains closed. What do you do?
Can I buy a vowel?
Not that kind of show, Dave.
Can I spin the wheel?
Yeah, we don't even have a wheel, Dave.
Can I phone a friend? Oh, can I call Bueller?
That's right, Dave. Call Bueller Air and Plumbing to assess your home's airflow and sunlight patterns and let us optimize your air conditioning so that you are cool.
This is the happiest day of my life.
Well, you gotta get out more, Dave.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Proud moment for the Blue Wave, E.
Out.
A proud moment. By the way, soon to no longer be the Blue Wave. They changed their nickname. You know?
I know.
What did they change it to?
I don't even know, but I remember they were voting.
Gosh, I did see that. It was the I don't.
Was it the Stingrays, maybe?
No, it's the Manta Ray.
There we go.
That's it.
I always loved the Blue Wave, but the Manta Ray will work with me.
What do we
too.
got? Proud day. What do we got?
Oh, proud day, man.
Shout out St. John's Country Days won a state title in baseball.
Yeah, they did.
They did. I'll tell you what, man. My boy Johnny Murphy's team. Oof.
They lose?
Yeah, they got in the state semis in
Trinity.
Final Four, Trinity. I was texting with Daniel because my heart hurts for them the way they lost it. 4-1 lead. Get to the sixth. Bottom six, they give up 5. They're down 6-4. They're leading the whole game. Couple mistakes, walks, and just hard. Listen, having gone through it last year, bittersweet. It's great to get there, but you want to win it when you get there. You're in a game you can win, and you don't. And it's a year ago, and I remember it like it was yesterday. It was so much fun, but yet such a bummer for the Stallions. So I feel for Johnny Murphy and the Trinity Christian Conquerors. So they lost in the state semis. St. John's Country Day went extra innings. Games tied, bottom 8, runner at third. You want to talk about heartbreak for a kid, though. Kid strikes out the kid, runner on third. Catcher drops the ball, gets past him. Run comes in and scores. They win a state championship. Oof.
Oh.
But with that said, congrats to St. John's Country Day as they win their first. So that was a great victory for them. They're the only team. Remember our girl Sophia, who came in here from University Christian.
Sure.
And she said, we're okay. We're not that good. Yeah, she got to the state championship game.
Wow.
She struck out 15 and threw a shutout in the semis, and then lost a 1-0 game in the state championship.
Wow. She was
so
really
she
good.
went state championship 2 years ago, won it, and then all the way to the state championship.
I can't keep up. We do all these
I know.
locket laws, and I can't remember what they played, where they're going. Is she like Sewanee?
No, she is USC,
Okay.
upstate.
Okay. So I'm in the I consider that a win. I kept it in the right geographical area.
But she was terrific. You remember she told us they had like 6th graders starting on their team.
Yeah, I remember.
And they marched to the Final Four. So they did. And now also I will shout out to Baker County softball. Baldwin, by the way, lost a heartbreaker.
I blame that on Dylan.
It's Dylan Denmark's fault.
Yeah.
But all these programs, they get down there, they're all evenly matched, and so something happens inevitably.
It's always just some little thing.
So listen to this. So Baldwin, who probably was the area's best team this year, I think, in softball.
Did we ever say why we should be proud of the Blue Wave?
We're going to get to that.
Okay.
I know. I'm starting to talk about the Blue Wave.
That's
and
why
you said Trinity or St. John's Country Day won a state championship. So
that's why I'm making sure.
There's enough to talk about with that.
Were you here when I properly pegged Balionis and Rory?
Yes. Again, now here you go again.
I just saw it. Okay, go ahead.
So
Baldwin. Dylan's fault.
Had the bases loaded, nobody out twice late in the game and got nothing out of it. Oof. And so they lost by 1 run in extras. They lost. But Baker County, I believe, is playing for a state championship today. They hammered a team, run-ruled a team in the state semis. So Baker County playing great softball. I think I've covered them all now that are still alive.
Okay.
It's the last sport of the high school year. With all that said, Blue Wave Pride, Manta Ray Pride, E.
We in here.
You're a proud graduate.
Yes, sir.
FSCJ.
2018, baby.
Pleased to introduce
Yeah.
esports as a new competitive varsity program at the college.
Shout out.
This innovative new offering will debut in fall of 2024 with the intention of fielding nationally competitive teams in the following games. You ready?
NCAA.
Call of Duty.
Okay.
League of Legends.
Yo.
Overwatch.
Uh-huh.
Rocket League. Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
Valorant. Fortnite. NBA 2K, FIFA, and Madden 24.
Oh, it's about-
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate and Mario Karts.
Oh, they about to get some influx of students in there.
Teams will represent the institution in intercollegiate competition with the NJCAAE and then NACE. Students must meet specific credit requirements and earn a minimum GPA to maintain their eligibility for status competition.
If you read the fine print, they also have to have a minimum THC level in their blood.
No.
Yeah, the prospect rankings are about wakeandbake.com.
What do you say?
And yeah, that's what we're doing here. Yeah.
To host in-person esports league activities and academic program,
They're not saying this is a sport, right?
Sport.
Yeah, that's
FSCJ
what are we
esports
doing,
arena
dude?
represents
Esports.
a significant step forward.
And you can call it esports. You're playing games. There's nothing sport about sitting and playing games on computer.
Guggens, recruitment is underway now through the summer with teams being formed at the beginning of the fall. Interested students encouraged to contact Coach Thor at esports@fscj.edu. You're welcome.
Or go to wakeandbake.com and they'll have a link there.
I mean, what?
Yeah.
There's that man Ray. He's a feisty looking fella.
Yeah. You want to talk about
It's gonna be a big year for the Rays.
You want to talk about chasing impossible dreams. You think it's a lot for a kid to emerge as a pro basketball player? Try taking every one of these little GTA players across the country who all think they're the best thing to ever play the game. And now they're all going to go off to college and find their dreams are dashed.
Yeah, I have to ask you as a you're a somewhat of a gamer. You're not a full-time gamer.
Nah, man, them kids be whooping my behind online, and they be talking so much trash.
But
too.
do we know? And we need Yoda in here today.
Yeah,
we don't
we
have
need
Yoda
Yoda.
because Yoda could. Well,
he's a true gamer.
Yoda is a gamer. I would like to know though. I know some. I don't know, like Rainbow Six Siege. You know that one?
I'm familiar. It's like one of those first-person shooter games.
Okay. What about Valorant?
Never heard of it.
Okay. Overwatch?
Never heard of it.
Rocket League?
I've heard of that.
Okay. So you know Call of Duty.
Yes.
What about League of Legends?
Never heard of it.
Okay. Fortnite, obviously, we know.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Yeah, NBA 2K, FIFA, and Madden 24.
Yeah.
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, I suppose,
yeah.
and Mario Kart for sure.
Uh-huh.
But those are all the different games.
I got a nice little variety on there,
We got
though.
variety. I want to meet this team come the fall.
I want to see what the coach look like. I got a picture. I can picture him in my head. I just got to see the coach.
I don't know if they have the director of athletics will oversee the program and has enlisted a staff of gaming enthusiasts along with advisory support from the video game industry.
That's a double. Be careful, because if I'm an AD at a school and they find out that I know anything at all about these video games, I'm going to fire. Like, I'm going to fire my AD if he can properly run
What if he
the
wins?
esports program.
What if he brings a natty to
Yeah, I
FSCJ?
would fire him anyway. Yeah, correct.
I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah.
E, we good with this, right?
Yeah, I'm great with it.
This is not an old man perspective. This is a physical fitness perspective.
We need championships.
Sports have to have some sort of cardiovascular effect.
Bring money to the
They
school.
have to include
What about
some
golf?
sort of exercise. You walked 12 miles in a golf.
I did walk
a
most of
game.
Spyglass.
Yeah, it's much more. There's nothing athletic about, quote, esports.
A lot of finger movement, a lot of
you're
wrist
playing-
movement.
Eye-hand
If you're playing a
coordination.
shooting game, it's not even a sport.
A lot of memory, a lot of
So,
strategy.
yeah,
a lot of strategy.
What about team strategy?
If we're giving college scholarships for video game playing, God bless us all.
FSCJ, let's go.
Shout out.
Let's go, man. Hooray.
Yeah. And if y'all think that's old man thinking, good luck with life.
I expect to
seriously.
see.
Some
Hey.
things are old man thinking. I embrace them. But if you think that a person thinking that video games shouldn't be a scholarship offerer, that's not old man thinking. That's like you've lost your mind if you think playing a video game should get you into college, should help accentuate your college, and should be representative of college effort. That's just silliness.
I expect to see. I expect to see the Manta Ray esports squad at some baseball games next year. Watching the boys, Coach Frick's boys play.
Yeah. Listen, video games are fun. They're not a sport. I mean, put it on the debate team or anything else you want. Club activity.
Maybe we shouldn't be talking
It's not a
about
sport.
it then.
Thank you.
Maybe we should move on. Do you want to get Joe you in here real quick?
Yeah,
The ban's been lifted,
what
right?
a joke.
He off a suspension for real.
He's off. He's back.
Yeah.
What do we suspend him for? I can't remember.
He said something crazy about something. I forget what it was.
That's just Joe you being Joe you. But it did earn a suspension. Good morning, Joe you.
What's the guy's name? That movie y'all love so much. I just said he wasn't funny on the ropes.
Oh, yeah. That's right. That was a worthy suspension.
What's the movie?
I'm not gonna,
Anchorman.
Yeah. We don't need to do that.
We don't need to revisit that.
No. We want to welcome you back as always, and your family. Your family here. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Hey, well, I want to say this. Maybe you've seen the internet thing, but $9 for 2 ice creams with gumballs in them, that's not that much. I'm not sure why the little girl was going off on a rant about that. And if you haven't seen it, it's something that's been going around the internet. This girl in London or England, she's somewhere with a thick accent. These 2 little girls, it's really cute, but she's going off about the ice cream man and how much it is and how it's that thing. But I'm sure somebody in your circle will send it to you at some point. I'm surprised it hasn't made the top, whatever.
Yeah.
But maybe it will. But I bring good news to you guys.
Oh, I love good news, Joe you.
Good news. Here's the good. I think you guys are going to be able to get out of your contract with Sunbelt Billy for cause. I think y'all going to be able to let him go for cause after all this stuff shakes down with him promising the kid. Y'all did that kid wrong, man. I mean,
did him wrong?
Florida Collective. Maybe not you guys, but the guy who owns the Velocity, who they got buildings named after,
Joe
we all
you though.
the money.
Joe you, I don't necessarily disagree. I don't necessarily disagree, but coming from a guy whose program was represented by the Crook of Crooks and from Nestor, whatever that guy's name was, the little man you had down there, to the guy you have down there now, who you guys have made promises to kids that you have not kept, and that's why a lot of those kids have left.
Here's the thing, but that guy is not our collector. John Ruiz is not the collector. He's a big mouth guy who has a little money. He's new money.
Yeah.
The money, the real money behind Miami.
Color money.
You damn sure embraced him when he started, though, because you and don't make me go dig up your phone calls where you told me, how great this guy was.
I told you we got money. Our collectors got money. I told you stop being poor. With y'all collective. We got a real collective. This guy Ruiz just talks. Whereas the real money people are like, this guy's a loudmouth. He's not. But poor kid, man. They told him they was gonna give him this money. They didn't give it to him.
Yeah, poor kid.
He doesn't have a case really. Honestly, it's not a breach of contract.
No.
But it's just not a way to handle business. But good news for you guys.
Yeah.
When 0-4, 0-5, y'all gonna be able to let him go and say because of that lawsuit, you're firing him for cause. You don't have to pay his buyout.
What is it about Mario Cristobal,
Joe,
what he's done at Miami that
nice
has you just so full of yourself? I mean, honestly, Joe, take outside of rivalry and talk up, but it's amazing to me that your dead sack can't kneel on the ball and win a game. Has the same resume as Napier. I mean, almost to the record.
No, he doesn't.
And yet your dumb doesn't know how to take a knee and win a game. And you dare. Shut up! And you dare talk about what it's going to take for someone else. Let's see if your bumbling fool can make it from the fridge to the sideline in time for the season opener.
Boy.
Get him out of here!
White Chuck. Let's go. Let's take a break.
Hey, White Chuck.
This is the drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. We celebrate freedom. We celebrate life. We celebrate Jacksonville. 1010XL.
Nothing has a 10-year warranty except for a new AC unit from Vons. V-O-N-S. Vons Amazing 10. This is legit. A full 10-year warranty. It covers parts, labor, and refrigerant. That's an unmatched commitment they make to their customers, while others will charge extra for weekend and same-day emergencies. Not at Vons. No extra charges. Just great service when you need it, whether your unit needs to be repaired or replaced. Remember, if your AC won't turn on, just call Vons.
It couldn't be any happier than to join the George Moore Chevrolet family. And when I say family, that's what I mean. That's how you're treated when you head over to that beautiful showroom off Atlantic Boulevard. Oh, so friendly. Everybody's nice. Everybody's smiling. Everybody pat you on the back. And whatever you're in the market for, a car, a truck, an SUV, electric, pre-owned, you name it, our guys at George Moore Chevrolet got it. You know me, I got that beautiful blue Silverado, my boy Blue, and I love it. If you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, by the way, no problem. MooreChevy.com. So easy to navigate. MooreChevy.com. MOORE Chevy.com. Boy, so easy to navigate as any site you can try. It's got all the vehicles, sales, service, parts. Never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet, gang. Together, let's drive.
It's the perfect day. You're just driving along, listening to your favorite music, the windows down. There's a cool breeze. Life is good. But wait, hold on a second. You're not wearing a seatbelt? You'd better put that on before that... Oh, too late. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement, so you'd better buckle up or you will get caught. Sorry to ruin your day. Click it or ticket.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Discover the difference that local expertise makes at First Coast Lighting and Fans. Visit their showroom at the Avenues and browse high-quality products to match your desire for elegance, quality, and uniqueness at First Coast Lighting and Fans.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm that has experience and capabilities to handle any legal issue a business is confronted with. Learn more about what they can do for you at jimersonfirm.com.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On May 23rd, 2021, Phil Mickelson becomes the oldest major championship winner in golf history after his win at Kiowa Island, marking his 6th major championship win.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is now offering ortho walk-in appointments. If you have an immediate need for orthopedic care, contact Southeast Orthopedic Specialist immediately. Avoid ERs and urgent care waiting rooms. For more information, go to se-ortho.com.
Relieve pain and get back to life. SOS. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation, light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous, don't be scared. Go to carlsondentalgroup.com. That's carlsondentalgroup.com for all of your dental needs.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe, and I want to talk to you about being selfless. So often when we do things for others, we can want people to see what we're doing and to acknowledge it. And yes, it's good to know that people appreciate us, but true service doesn't look for recognition. You see, when we go out and do selfless acts, God tells us that we may not get an earthly reward, but we're always going to get a heavenly reward.
To hear more inspirational messages by Reverend Dr. Nicholas Lowe, please visit our website at stjohnthedivine.com.
Electricians, innovators, and tech enthusiasts, listen up. Miller Electric is shaping the future, and we want you to be a part of it. From healthcare and data centers, corporate offices, aviation, and industrial facilities, Miller Electric is powering the most exciting projects in Jacksonville and beyond. We offer not just a job, but a thrilling career with great pay and incredible benefits. Visit us at millercareers.com to apply. Miller Electric, where your skills meet our vision and equal opportunity employer.
Jags fans, the schedule's finally here, and you don't want to miss these matchups. Whether you want to become a season ticket member, catch 3 or more games with a bundle at the bank, or experience the season with Prowl Pass, there's a plan for every fan. Get locked in by going to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. Experience Jaguars game day your way at the bank this fall.
Your cooling system isn't working. Maybe somebody showed up with a portable electronic device. Then they discussed with you what your options are. Maybe they gave you an estimate that seems like an awful lot of money. What's the smart thing to do? When the situation merits a second opinion, get a Mike Merritt opinion. Yes, the Mike Merritt Comfort Team shows up with hand tools. We've never been able to fix an air conditioning problem with a tablet. Mike Merritt has been the trusted name for more than 30 years because there's never any hocus pocus. The Merritt team will walk you through the diagnostic steps up close and personal and show you exactly what you need. And the Mike Merritt price is likely to be far less because there's never an overtime charge, and the Merritt team doesn't work on commission. So remember, when it comes to the health of your cooling system, a second opinion can only help, and a Mike Merritt opinion can save you money. Florida license CACO 50384.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, hurtling towards the 9 o'clock nasty, which always makes me happy. Welcome back to the program. This is The Drill on 1010XL 92.5 FM. I was pleased to have a cushion day yesterday because we didn't get back till about 2:30 in the morning on Tuesday night. Yeah, Tuesday night, because we had a couple delays, of course, flying across the country, which are usually
never fun
the way it figures, but no big deal. We ended up getting home. It was fine. It was all good. So
you forgot to get your picks in. We had a little fun with that. That's always fun when somebody forgets.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I stuck on West Coast time.
Yeah, it's easy to do. I've done it more than once and been punished. At least we weren't sure if we just went goose eggs or if we had to pick players for you. So
appreciate that.
The odds of your guys aren't great.
efforts.
Smotherman is actually not as bad as it sounds.
Yeah.
I mean, when I gave you Smotherman, I gave you a guy who has a chance to at least make the cut.
Yeah.
Block probably won't make the cut, but hey, you got to have some punishment. I mean. We're here trying to keep this show alive.
Yeah.
How wild would it be if
gallivanting
Smotherman
around.
finishes like top 3?
That wouldn't be wild at all. Be quiet in there.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Did you happen to hear my player?
Is this an elevated tournament, by the way?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. So you picked the right week.
Well,
I
that's
saw
fine.
what was happening. You knew that. That was a rhetorical question.
No, I didn't. I was hoping it was.
Yeah. No, it's not.
But I remember after the Masters, they had one, so I was a little bit like, when I realized that I messed up, I was like, uh-oh.
Tournaments like Hilton Head after the Masters and Colonial, they're the ones that they'll get bounced around.
Mm-hmm.
They won't be every year. Like, players every year, they're going to pay you out the wazoo, they used to say. Did you hear my player? Had I done my player A, player B before your drive in? I know you're a big fan of listening to the drill at about 6:45. But did
I
you?
heard it. The only thing I would say is, player A had a shorter. Was a superstar every year that he played. That's wwhy he's in to me.
No, I'm.
And player B is not getting in, and then it's because he's a train wreck.
Yeah. Well, player A is. No, what I'm trying to say, and I stopped short of going there. Player A may have the least Hall of Fame worthy stats of a first ballot Hall of Famer in the history of the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
What I discovered in going to this was how low Calvin Johnson is. It was never vetted. I never thought about it.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been considered. I mean, he's 53rd in receptions. He's 26th in touchdowns.
That's not bad.
50th in receiving yards. Yeah, but there's just so many guys that are ahead of him in all three categories.
But his years of 1,331 yards, 1,681 yards, 1,964 yards, 1,492 yards, 1,214 yards.
Yeah, same as AB.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, same. And he didn't. Look, AB spent the last 5 years of his career torpedoing any positive memories you would have of him off the field.
Yes.
But they played a similar amount of games. I mean, Calvin Johnson played 135 and AB played 146. And the last 4 years of that 146, he's in and out of the lineup and barely involved. So, and again, this was not. It started as is AB a Hall of Famer?
Right. I looked at this thread, and I'll share it with you about AB, and I think it does matter.
I do too.
In voting for the Hall of Fame.
Listen. It's not. I guess what I took out of this, and I think Calvin Johnson is a Hall of Famer.
Okay, well then
I'm not saying my point is
the
reason I think that is because what a good dude he is. Because this isn't fair to Jimmy Smith that his numbers are worse and he's in first ballot and the other guy can't even get in the room.
Well, Jimmy Smith should be further elevated.
There are a lot of guys that are ahead of Calvin Johnson in all three categories who could fairly say, well, what gives? Yeah. If I'm Torrey Holt, well, wait, now, why am I not in again?
Yeah.
That's all.
There's some sort of...
It's like what jumped at was the opposite Antonio Brown bounce. Like Antonio Brown is such a disaster and he's done so many things off-putting that he'll never get in. I think it was Calvin Johnson's just classy, stay off the radar. His numbers are...
Antonio Brown filed for bankruptcy yesterday.
Yeah.
That's why he's in the news. Owes 8 creditors $3 million. He has less than $50,000 in assets in his filing. He earned more than $88 million in his career.
God, how do you lose that much?
Yeah, obviously he didn't actually make $88 million after accounting for federal income, state income, jock taxes, FICA taxes, agent fees, etc. After all that, most athletes are typically
million.
left with 50 to 60% of their reported salaries. That means AB probably only retired with around $50 million in 2021.
All right, who wrote this? Is that just a person? Yeah, because probably only $50 million are not four words that should ever go together.
Yeah.
There's no probably only $50 million.
Yeah.
A dummy.
Yeah.
A child. You could give $50 million to your average 8th grader, and they can make it last better than forever and then another generation.
To review, January 2020, Brown arrested after failing to pay $4,000 to a moving company whose driver sued Brown for assault and battery. He was suspended for 8 games and ordered to pay the driver $1.2 million. April of 21 settles a sexual assault case with a former trainer. Details are private. Brown previously denied a $2.7 million offer, but was ordered to pay $100,000 by a judge for breaking confidentiality. September 21, sued by KBC Marketing for not paying his agent more than $2 million in earnings. The company sought $100,000 in damages. March of 23, Brown buys 47.5% of the Albany Empire for $350,000. Soon after, the team was kicked out of the league because Brown failed to pay a $1,000 fine, also failed to pay his coaches and staff, although a lawsuit was never filed. April of 23, sued by a celebrity jeweler who loaned Brown 2 diamond fingers that cost $500,000 each. Brown never returned the jewelry, ordered to pay $1.1 million by a judge.
I want you to continue, but I want to say something as you go along the way. All this doesn't add up to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
He made $50 million. You're giving me a bunch of. It's all going to add up to like $4 or $5 million.
Mm-hmm.
Where? How?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, continue.
Brown still owes $100,000 in credit card debt, $296 to a plumber, settled with private chefs and moving companies several times for unpaid wages as high as $38,000. Also unable to pay at least 3 six-figure civil suits he's lost. Just to go in. While I worked at the Steelers, somebody said training camp one summer, he had a car shipped in just to go out one night and then shipped it back to his house the next day.
And shipped his pants.
Yeah. I mean, these are the kind of wastes of money.
Again, though, we got to wait. We got to do all that 100,000 times
but he
over
does
to get
that.
to $50 million.
I just rattle off 10 things that we know of.
Never mind going
times
to make
that
it get
by
rain.
another 10. There's 100 things. That's 100 things where you waste $1 million a piece, and then all of a sudden you're out of $50 million.
And by the way, as the stories I recall, I mean, the guy was saving on rent. He had people put him up just to keep him out of trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Tom Brady literally had to put him in the guest room to get through a season with the Bucs and win a Super Bowl.
Now, with all that said, I can't help but wonder if the dude's not. I mean, remember he took some hits.
No, I think he needs. I do think he needs psychological guidance, mental health guidance for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it came from the hits. There are some people that link it to who Burfict. Is that who did it?
Yes.
Vontez.
Yeah, there's some people that link it to a specific hit that like he was a certain way until this.
Right.
But I think that people this guy has this is as a show of how far off the rails he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
People forget, I guess, is also to circle back to the point, forget the dominant, kicking, unstoppable force. Read those. Hick read Calvin Johnson's, and they were nice.
Yeah.
I'm not going to trifle with them. They do not touch the 6-year span that he read off to me earlier today. They are not in the same neighborhood as what Antonio Brown did. He
is very good.
What Tyreek Hill has done the past couple of years pales in comparison to what Antonio Brown did.
By the way, you both sat there and say, no, maybe he does get in the Hall of Fame. I don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
He's too low and doesn't have a charm. There's a don't touch.
Exactly. You don't got a charm.
He's got a stink on him. Right. It's worse than not having a charm. He's got a stink on him because, 25th in yards, 26th in touchdowns, and like 21st in receptions.
That's where he is?
Yeah. It's not going to get it done. And again, this just
problem is
it's amazing how much respect people had for Calvin Johnson because with the same numbers and lesser numbers in some categories, it's not that he got in, Dan.
Right.
It's that he got in first ballot. Like not even.
The problem is
went right past all the other dudes standing in line.
The problem is he's done. DeAndre Hopkins is going to pass him. Travis Kelce's going to pass
already
him. Keenan Allen's going to pass him. Devontae Adams is going to pass him.
They've already passed him in some cases.
Yeah. In that 6-year span, Buddy had 110 for $14.99 and 8 touchdowns
on average.
He had 129 for 1698 and 13 touchdowns. 136 for 1834 and 10. 106, 1284 and 12.
136 for 1824.
Well, 101
Calvin
for
had that year.
1533 and 9. And then 104 for 1297 and 15.
Yeah. Great statistical numbers for sure.
Right.
There's Albert Breer. Do you trust him?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
All right. I'm reading a headline here, and we'll jump into it on the other side. Who will get the most money, Trevor Lawrence, Jordan Love, or Tua Tagovailoa? I really don't care what the answer is. I want Trevor here for another 5-6. We shall see. It's a Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday, and we're back with that. More Jag Talk, more stuff from around the sports world next on 1010XL.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.
Drink a beer, sing a song, make a friend. Can't we all get along?
Drink a beer, sing a song, can't we all get along?
This is great!
Exactly.
1010XL. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
I'm Frank Frangie with the Nimnik Nuggets. So the hay's in the barn with the NFL. We know the schedule. We know the dates. We know the team. Now they can rest a little bit. But I will tell you right now, I think it's going to be a very good year for the Jaguars. No more talk until training camp gets here. But I love the team they're going to put on the field. Back-to-back winning seasons, a Super Bowl winning coach, and an elite quarterback. I can't wait to see what they have. I'm Frank Frangie for the Nimnik family of dealerships. For Military Appreciation Month, Nimnik Buick GMC pauses to honor and express our deepest gratitude to the brave service members and their families who sacrifice so much for our country. Frank Frangie here. As a token of their appreciation, Nimnik Buick GMC is extending a special offer, $1,000 total cash allowance to all military personnel and their families on select new vehicles. So shop online at Nimnik Buick GMC. That's Nimnik, your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC, we are professional grade.
Hey, certainly facing interesting economic times. I can't speak for all of us, but for me, comforting to know my money's in good hands with my guys at ITP Partners. Those are Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. Gang, I'm not the expert when it comes to investing, right? I talk ball scores. They talk the numbers that matter, the money numbers, 401ks, SEP IRAs. And you know why I trust them? Because as I move closer to retirement, that money grows, and that's because of the ITP Partners. That's Chris Bryant, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, Reed Wingate. 3 generations of Hickens have invested with our friends at ITP Partners, but friends and family as well. Ain't cookie cutter stuff. They listen to each of us and give us individualized strategy. Our goals are their priority. Get in the game, guys. What a time to get started. ITP Partners, always there to help. You need info, Chris at ITPPartners.com or call 312-9751, 312-9751. Know the name, ITP Partners, my financial partners for life.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting.
Get this thing unwrapped here.
Duval! Praz, what in the world are you doing working on your Duval?
That's right, Dan. I really identify with Duval.
You live in St. Johns County, knucklehead.
I mean the Duval sub, the Dailies Dash Duval. Turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheeses. Lettuce, tomato, crispy and fresh, you know, like me. I'm sure there's a Dailies Dash sub that sums you up.
The boss.
Because, of course.
Oven roasted beef, Munster cheese, roasted mushrooms, caramelized onions. It's the boss of all subs. Only available for me.
That's just not true.
What do you mean? I walked in the other day, screamed, "You know it!" and said, "A boss for a boss."
Well, no matter who you are, there is a Dailies Dash sandwich or sub for you.
Go find yours. They may even make you a boss.
I'm sure they will, because it is Dailies Dash.
Where more is better.
And you got that right.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
In sports, we love to see just who the top dog is. Even better news now, Underdog Fantasy is back. Perhaps it's you. They're back with Champions. Champions is a player versus player fantasy game where you have the opportunity to win up to 100 times in one night by beating out the pack. And you do it real simple. Real simple. Higher or lower. It's all you got to do. There's a statistical projection. You either go higher or you go lower. You add up your picks and you count your cash. It can be as simple as coin flip, higher or lower, or you can use all the resources they have on a terrific app. I got on the app this week, played around with it, learned it inside and out. Yeah, so my contests haven't gone so great yet. But hey, that's why there's more season. So, discover what Underdog Champions is all about and go right now to your app store and download the Underdog Fantasy app today. Use promo code PROSSER and you'll get your player special plus a deposit offer. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code PROSSER.
Dang, missed the ball, broke the tee. No worries, I'll just go to golf-t-repair.com and get these babies fixed. Oh, and while I'm on the site, I'll check out the Pro Shop with exclusive apparel designed by Jacksonville for local golfers. golf-t-repair.com. Don't forget the hyphens. It's the place for golf stuff.
If you owe the IRS and can't pay, now is the time to call J. David Tax Law. The IRS has resumed their aggressive collections. Don't wait. Call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Jacksonville, or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by J. David Tax Law. In the midst of OTAs, Jaguar head coach Doug Peterson was asked his initial thoughts on the job defensive coordinator Ryan Nielsen is doing.
I think just the way he approaches each day, as a learning opportunity and a teaching moment, and he loves mixing it up with the players. He doesn't mind getting dirty, so that's pretty cool.
Speaking of Ryan Nielsen, the Jaguar defensive coordinator acknowledged he reached out to a former LSU contact prior to Mason Smith and Jordan Jefferson being drafted.
Everything that they said was exactly who these guys are. They love football, really good guys.
The Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp were shut out 3-1 by the Gwinnett Stripers on Wednesday. The two teams play again this evening at 7:05. In Major League Baseball, the Tampa Bay Rays lost again to the Boston Red Sox. The Miami Marlins got the victory over the Milwaukee Bucks. And that's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
It's 9/11 and it's 78 degrees. Time and Temp brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, I got a question for you boys.
Shut up and dance with me. Hey, Jess. Ooh, shut up and dance with me. My jam.
Thank you, E. If I tell you Dallas, Texas, who's the big boy in Dallas, Texas when it comes to sports?
Jerry.
Yep. Which is the owner of what team?
Them Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah. And there's no debate over that. We have all four of the majors covered, right? There's no debate that the big boys in Dallas, Texas are who?
The big boys.
The Cowboys.
The Cowboys.
Yeah. Not even, and by the way, by a million miles.
By a million miles.
Yeah.
Like you could add the other three together and then times the interest in those three by 100, and you still won't get to the Cowboys. Rangers, Stars, Mavs.
Okay, so the Cowboys.
Who's second, you think?
We'll get to that in a second.
Mavs.
Yeah, I think Mavs too.
Yeah. Last conference finals appearance by the Dallas Cowboys was when?
Conference the final
NFC
game?
championship.
NFC, I probably 95.
Yeah.
28 years ago.
Yeah, 95. After the 95 season when they beat the Steelers in the Super Bowl.
Romo didn't go?
No.
Okay, so
Not
yeah.
to NFC title game.
So, yeah, 95.
All right, that's 28 years ago.
That's, by the way, almost two generations.
Last conference appearance for the Texas Rangers.
Conference?
ALCS.
Last year.
Yeah. 0. Last conference appearance for the Dallas Stars.
This year.
0. Last conference appearance for the Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, this year.
0-0-0-28.
Dak?
Would Dallas fan trade all these Mavericks, Stars, and Rangers World Championship for a Cowboys appearance in the NFC Championship.
If you're a
game.
true Dallas sports fan, no way in the world would you ever make that trade. But if you are just a football fan and a Cowboys fan, you bet. And so, yeah, I'm sure they would. It's not unlike the question that you asked me.
Yeah.
I'll trade your golf, and with all due respect to the work that those kids put in and the championships they won, I'll trade the tennis, the gymnastics, the 2 golfs, and the baseball for a football in Gator sports. It's the same thing. If you're a connoisseur of all Gator sports, you wouldn't trade those 5 other, quote, minor sport titles for one football natty. I wouldn't a heartbeat without thinking. And so I think that's probably how Dallas sports fan thinks. I imagine 90% of the Dallas sports fan base are Cowboys fans, or at least there are fans that aren't sports fans otherwise who are at least aware of the Cowboys, just like as we see here. I put them in their place, though, E.T., didn't I?
Yeah.
Told them what they were all about. 6 Flags and nothing.
Punched them in the face.
Right in the face.
Go enjoy 6 Flags,
Drew Blood.
boys.
Yeah.
Stress levels at an all-time high when this text hits. 2 different texts. First text from your buddies. All good for tomorrow, right? So far we got morning tea time, barbecue lunch, afternoon fishing, steak dinner, bars with the boys.
Oh, that's a day.
Sounds like a good golf trip.
You'd like that day, right?
I'd like a second 18. I'd like to play 36, but nonetheless, so far so good.
Stress level hits an all-time high when you get this, though, an hour later. Remember, from the wife, we're doing furniture shopping all of tomorrow.
Tomorrow's the day we're supposed to do it.
Tragic.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where you have to hope that your wife's memory is worse than you. Like, I get lucky there that I can legitimately tell my wife that, hey, by the way, in 2 weeks I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And she'll completely forget by 2 weeks. So now I just don't bother telling her. And when we get to it, she'll just assume that she didn't know. Or that I told her and she didn't.
Yeah.
I don't care what the answer to this question is.
Okay.
At all. I don't know if you track that, like you lust for Trevor to have like big statistical numbers that matters to you, that he has 350 yards and 4 touchdowns, that kind of thing. Does it matter to you the money that he makes?
To me?
Yeah.
No.
Under the I mean, how do
you got to pay him?
Are
so
we
just
splitting hairs though? Trevor Lawrence, Jordan Love, Tua Tagovailoa, who will get the most money?
Whoever signs last of those 3, I think would get the most.
I don't see Jordan Love getting more than Trevor, though. Or
Jordan
Tua.
Love's got to show you a little more than 1 year, don't you?
Exactly.
Yeah. He's got a playoff victory, too. He was pretty good last year.
Yeah, last year.
Okay, but that was his first year, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly why you can't pay him like Trevor or Tua.
I don't think that – the problem is he's been sitting for years, so.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Get some bread, but I can't see him getting more.
Well,
than
it's
the
interesting. Albert Beer says now that we have the important matter of what you call it, and by the way, it's AAV in baseball, but he likes the term APY, average per year.
Yeah.
Now that we have that settled, I'm tempted to say that the one of those 3 with the highest number will be, as you said, the last one to sign.
That's what I would say.
Because then they fall. He says, I do think.
Well, you don't have to pay Jordan Love's only done 3 years. Is that right?
Well, yeah, and he says because I do think they're all in the bucket of quarterbacks that have great value yet fall short of Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Lamar, and that's fair.
Yeah.
Although Lamar, I guess his MVPs get him there, but
I mean,
although he's done as much as Josh Allen.
Okay. To me,
Burrow's the only other one. Dan, I am taken aback by the fact that other than Patrick Mahomes and Matthew Stafford, Russell Wilson forever ago, and 88-year-old Joe Flacco, there's not a quarterback in the league that's won a Super Bowl.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, forever ago, too. That's right, Aaron Rodgers. But you got to go so far back. There's so few challengers that it seems fair that whoever can step up and win one here gets to go to number 2. It can't be Stafford. He can't be number 2. But Burrow, Allen, Lamar, whoever you want to pull from the NFC, whoever these young, great,
What if Kirk Cousins won one for Atlanta?
I think it wouldn't matter. I think it would be a lot like Stafford winning one for.
He would. I tell you, if this
Stafford and Kirk Cousins are real close
if
to
Kirk
being
Cousins,
the same guy.
If Kirk Cousins won a Super Bowl for Atlanta, would he suddenly become a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the numbers matter now. They're not hollow.
Yeah.
Because I think he liked Stafford. I think it was a lot like Stafford for his career.
We sure do put.
But you just insinuated the Falcons winning a Super Bowl.
That's
so when
fair.
pigs fly out of a frozen hell,
that's fair.
Maybe that'll happen.
We sure do put Burrow up there pretty easily. Don't we? We sure lump Burrow up there with the best of the best pretty easily.
Well, no, he went to the not easily. No, he went to the Super Bowl. He beat Mahomes.
And that stretch to the Super Bowl was crazy, wasn't it? That playoff stretch.
Yeah.
He's won on the road. They went on the road again and beat Buffalo last year. They went back to an AFC Championship game and lost to Mahomes.
Yeah. He's 5-2 in the playoffs.
At the end of the day, when this guy's healthy, they go to the AFC Championship game. And the only time they hadn't, he's been hurt. When Joe Burrow's healthy and playing at the end of the year, the Bengals go to...
What was his rookie season? His rookie season they did.
He got hurt, didn't he? After like 5 games?
What is he,
21? Or is that the next year?
Is he 21, 22, 23, 24? Is that his?
Yes.
4 years?
Right?
I don't know. I'm asking.
I'm asking you.
I asked you first.
2020 is COVID year. Yeah. Was that the year?
No, he was 2020.
He was before Trevor. So
he's
2020.
He's got 5 years in.
20, 21, 22, 23. He's got 4 years.
Oh, yeah, 24 coming up. 4 years in.
Yeah.
So he's 4 years in.
Yeah. The 2 years where he was
and he got hurt twice, and 2 years he was healthy.
Yeah. They went to the AFC Championship game in the Super Bowl.
Fair.
So that's why I put him ahead of those others. And that's why
2 AFC title games in his 2 years.
And one of those, the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Won one of those.
Yes.
And has won road games. He's won in Buffalo. He's won in Kansas City.
Okay.
And Burrowhead Stadium. He's won there in the regular season as well. They beaten the Chiefs more. He's probably the only guy with a winning record against Mahomes.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of reasons that, at least for me, that's why I put Burrow second. I put Burrow second.
You know why I put Burrow? You know why I'm okay with Burrow? Because that dude won a playoff game where he got sacked 9 times.
Is that at Tennessee?
Yeah. 9 times he got sacked. And he threw for 348 yards. No touchdowns, 1 pick, but they won that game. That's the game that Tannehill threw 3 picks, right? That was sort of the end of Tannehill.
Is Joe Burrow the only active quarterback to beat Mahomes in a playoff game? I guess he is. Brady gone.
Yeah, because he only
won the Super Bowl 3 times. I mean, Joe Burrow is the only dude to beat Patrick Mahomes in a playoff game. The only active player. And the only other one to do it was Tom Brady once. I know Brady probably did it in...
Brady beat him.
That's it.
Burrow beat him.
And that's it.
Oh, Brady did twice.
Yeah, Brady did once with the Patriots, once with the...
Mahomes is 15-3.
Yeah. The only active quarterback who has a win over Patrick... And Patrick Mahomes, by the way, ain't 40, is Joe Burrow. Get to work, boys. Trevor?
Are you convinced if I gave you Kansas City to go to the Super Bowl, or the field in the AFC?
I'd take the field.
You would?
Yeah. Confidently.
Confidently?
Yes. You don't go to the Super Bowl and win it every year. They had a lot of breaks last year. The defense played good. No, I would very, very, very strongly bet against the Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl.
You know, I oftentimes will rail against the football players and the coaches and, your football guys. Shut up, right? The shut up and dribble sometimes you want them to do. But not in any way, shape, or form. Just to say this, shout out, clap my hands to Mahomes and Andy Reid yesterday for their opinions on the Butker thing. Refreshing. Hey, man, we've known this guy for 7 years. He's a good dude.
First of all, I stay out of all that stuff.
I know.
Once I hear these cackling hens and these strutting roosters start backing each other, but I know they're both, full of S, right?
Yeah.
But I read everything that Harrison Butker had. It's funny to me, the general overall impression of just headline grabbing, what they leave out.
Yes.
He's at a Catholic university's graduation speech.
Yeah.
He's speaking to the faith that his audience has, to the more traditional roles. And by the way, traditional, since when is tradition bad, by the way, Dan?
Right.
So, yeah, I read everything.
But it's just a question of respecting both opinions and then listening and then I
didn't think he said anything. I thought it was,
but I appreciated Mahomes.
Is that what they said?
Yeah, they basically stuck up for their guy. We've known him for a long time. He's a great guy.
He didn't say anything hateful.
I go by character. Yeah. The great thing about an NFL locker room is it has all different, cultures, diversities, ethnicities. But in the locker room, we all talk and we can, and we respect each other's opinion and we go from there. And
it's a shame that that's considered in any way a controversial opinion.
It's amazing.
It's bizarre.
Yeah.
And if you are guilty of only watching the cackling hens and the strutting roosters cackle back and forth each other from their places of superiority and really read it, you'll be amazed at how they position these stories in America for us to consume. And what was said there should not have even been news.
Yeah.
It should not have even been news. Ladies, if society tells you got to be a six-figure CEO to feel fulfilled, I'm just here to tell you you're not, and your roles as mothers and wives are way more important. Good.
Yeah. But anyway, I thought they talked about it yesterday because they were it was brought up. By the way, did we mention great news for Florida Gators? We're back. We got a kid getting arrested with weed in his car, driving too fast. I mean, we're finally getting some players.
Who is it? Which one?
You need some of those guys, huh?
Which one?
We're back, baby.
Is it a player who will contribute?
He's a young kid. He's a big time recruit that we got from out of Atlanta who, he was Florida, then he was Georgia, then he went back to Florida. So maybe he just got confused at what school he was at. But nonetheless, shout out. So, I kid because I care. Obviously, not a good thing to be arrested. So, Mekhi Borough, Boireau. He's a defensive lineman.
Pound sand. Get out of here.
Yeah. No. Don't get out of here.
He's a good player?
Yeah, we want to keep him.
Okay.
Yeah. We definitely want to keep him. So, let's do this. Let's rock and roll. We'll keep it going. We'll take a break, come back, see what's trending, read some headlines. I don't know what you guys have been doing.
Advice could be anything. We've done nothing but trend since you left. Are you kidding me?
Well, then we'll do some
New
New York
City
City headlines.
Doing some sort of extra digging by this stage of each of those previous mornings. That's a no-go.
Mailing that in.
It's Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday. No job too big or too small. And, whether the storms of the summer blow through, whether hurricane season damages your property, or maybe it's just time for some general upkeep and maintenance, or maybe the health of trees on your property you're not sure of, or all that and more. These guys do it the best at Custom Tree Surgeons and CustomTreeSurgeons.com.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here.
Imagine driving a late-model Corvette, BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, Honda, Chevy, Ford, and more, all at a fraction of the original sticker price. Visit Vaughn Motor Group's indoor showroom and browse a great selection of dream cars that are inspected with warranties. Before you make your next auto purchase, check out Vaughn Motor Group on San Jose Boulevard or at vaughnmotorgroup.com for a complete inventory listing. If you can dream it, you can drive it at Vaughn Motor Group.
Hey, Hicken here for Lockhart Construction, a longtime Jacksonville business. Shane Lockhart, his dad, his guys are from here, taking care of people who live here. People like the Hickens, man. I can go on and on about how good of a job they've done, but you can go see for yourself, man. If you need a new bathroom like I did, if you need your siding done on the outside of your home like my son Drew did, shoot, you want a new house, give the Lockhart family a call. Their family gives your family a better living experience. You unlock better living with Lockhart Construction. So if you have a construction need, a construction idea, a thought, give Shane a call. He'll call you back. He's easy to get a hold of. 994-3865. That's how he operates. You call him, he calls you. He'll work you up a proposal, and away you go. 994-3865. Shane Lockhart and Lockhart Construction.
Prosser here. As you may or may not know by now, I did the research and decided to go with Jack's Concrete Coatings for my garage floor. OMG, as the kids would say. I can't begin to tell you how good it looks, how happy we are. We brag on it anytime someone walks in the garage. They had the job finished in one day with a lifetime warranty. That's right. As the certified Pintech dealer for North Florida, the only company offering pure polyurea, I can't wait to do my patio deck next. Call 862-2000. That's the number, 862-2000, or jacksconcretecoatings.com.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700, offices Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Baloo here for Smunez Vision. Why Smunez Vision? Well, I've been with Dr. Neil Smunez now since I got back to Jacksonville in 2006. 37 years of experience he has. Smunez Vision is a family organization that focuses on personal high-quality medical and surgical eye care. Dr. Catherine Smunez is fellowship trained in cornea and cataract surgery and all refractive surgery. Combined, that's 30 years plus in laser eye surgery. Visit SmunezVision.com today. Here you can see.
1010XL's running game takes a giant step forward.
Well, Fred Taylor is the whole package.
Fred Taylor joins Dan and Jeff on The Drill. Monday morning running back with Fred Taylor is fueled by Epstein & Robbins and B&B Fuel and Lubricants.
If you have experienced problems when it comes to selling your home, maybe it's just because you have not discovered Chad and Sandy and chadandsandy.com. That's chadandsandy.com. You can call them at 904-414-6200. But here's the bottom line. Your home will be sold, guaranteed, or they'll buy it. So whatever you think your problem may be, whether you need more space for an office or growing family, or you want maximum equity from your home, but you're not sure how, Chad and Sandy deliver with a promise. And at the bottom line, it ends with your home is sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. That is the definition of a guarantee. The proof is out there. Pete in Lakeshore writes, I was in a pickle. I heard Chad and Sandy on the radio, and I called because I needed cash out on a rental property fast. I was struggling to rent. Chad and Sandy got a full offer, full asking price within days. Go to chadandsandy.com. That's chadandsandy.com, or call 904-414-6200 today.
Stevie Beatrice from Beatrice Plumbing here. A lot of plumbing companies say a lot of things. We focus on what customers say. Like who a few weeks ago, Donna, said the entire experience was the best fix-it experience she ever had. Or Chris, whose hot water went out on a Saturday and he thanked us for getting it fixed that night. Because that's the difference when you hire a real plumber. They show up to fix the problem. So next time you need a plumber, remember Beatrice Plumbing. Because real plumbers fix problems real fast.
This is Dr. George Bari inviting you to look online at BariOrthopedics.com for the latest in medical advancements when it comes to getting you back to full joint health. After studying under Dr. James Andrews, I know proper diagnosis is the first key to treatment, and educating the patient is the fastest path to recovery. Whether it's chronic back pain, nagging arthritis, or necessary joint replacement, we're here to serve you in the best possible way. We are Bari Orthopedics, and online at BariOrthopedics.com.
Find out more at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
International soccer returns this summer. Don't miss your chance to see teams from the biggest league in the world in Jacksonville as they compete for the Stateside Cup. Be there when Premier League clubs Wolves and West Ham take the pitch July 27th at Everbank Stadium, home of the Jaguars. With the series trophy on the line, competition will be fierce. Tickets on sale now for as low as $35 at StatesideCup.com.
What are the only two cities to host 3 editions of the Olympic Games?
Southern Oak Insurance knows that you want to save money on your homeowner's insurance. So why not try some old-fashioned common sense? Ask your Southern Oak agent about our roof replacement schedule. It will save you money.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
With Paris hosting the 2024 Summer Olympics, they join London as the only other city to host 3 different Olympics.
Southern Oak Insurance, our family protecting yours.
Open early and open late. Dailies is always there, making things easy for you to cruise in and cruise out. So hit Dailies Cold Case the next time you're craving a cold one. Bud Light by the case, plus plenty of singles to choose from. Corona to the King of Beers to Stella or a Natty. They're all cold at Dailies.
How nice would it be not to worry about your AC unit for 10 years? What? Vaughn's Heating and Air, standing by their units for 10 years. Imagine not having to think about your AC unit for a decade. Vaughn's 10-year warranty covers the parts, labor, and refrigerant. Basically everything. No fictional problems that will cost thousands. This is legit. An AC unit with no repair costs. Wouldn't that be nice? So remember, if your AC unit won't turn on, just call Vaughn's. That's Vaughn's Heating and Air.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
All right, Joe, you told us about the young English girl, the inflation lady. She wasn't happy with what she had to pay for ice cream. I think E has found the clip and brought us the clip, so... Here's the.
Can I get the setup a little better? The ice cream man has come by, and they've got those little things.
By. Little girl bought 2 ice creams.
I think she bought the ones that have the gumball at the bottom. They're like a cone-shaped deal, and then you know what I'm talking about?
She's not happy with the cost, and I don't know if it's Scotland or England.
How old is the little girl?
I'm going to say about 8, maybe.
Oh, and she's going to argue the ice cream man? Is that what happens
She's going to just on camera tell us what she thinks.
Somebody asked her what happened, and she just kind of explained it.
Okay.
Hold on.
Celine, just...
Turn it over for y'all.
All right.
So, there's an ice cream van there. Celine, just 2 ice cream creams with 2 chewing gums in it.
Yeah.
For bloody £9 for 2 of them.
£9 for 2?
Yeah, £9. That is going to get nowhere. One that comes on my street is either £1 a pee or
That's
£2.
a cockney little thing. Stop, turn it off. I can't understand a word she's saying, dude. You need subtitles. Nobody, quit it. Yeah, enough of that little cockney little thing. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, she was upset though.
And by the way, is that the proper Queen's English? Is that what they want us to speak? I can't understand a word she's saying.
She said bloody a few times. I think bloody is
that
slang
a curse
for
word?
yeah.
No bueno, yeah.
It's like D. It's like saying the D word.
D-A-M.
Yeah, I think it's the F word.
That much?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
She needs to watch her bloody little mouth in.
Yeah.
Jeez.
What are we doing? New York City headlines?
Why not?
They're brought to you by Mission Pest Solutions. There's a solution for all your pests at Mission Pest Solutions. We'll hear some pests in New York City headlines, that's for sure. Call 944-PEST.
Suspicious Minds. Alleged auction fraud at Elvis's Graceland estate catches eyes of interested FBI officials. Get it?
I
Suspicious Minds.
The overall fraud is that this company that tried to say that the Graceland had been turned over to them, they've now pulled out, admitted that, no.
Mom fined $88K after kids collect 72 clams from California beach thinking they were seashells. Ruined our trip.
You can't. Okay, this is where California sucks so hard the rest of the state should implode around them. You can't fine a family $88,000. Is that what you said? $88,000 for picking clams?
That's what I said.
Come on, man.
Seinfeld star Michael Richards reveals prostate cancer battle. I would have been dead in 8 months.
Well, it goes to the old guys. Get checked.
Yeah. Controversial NFL star is $3 million in debt, according to bankruptcy filing. I'm broke.
Yeah.
TikTok star on trial for murdering wife and her lover snapped after finding them cuddling. Shooting and I can't stop.
Crime of passion, we used to call that in the day, Hick. Crime of passion.
Yeah. Ride from hell. Supermom holds broken carnival ride door shut for 15 minutes while riding with terrified 2-year-old son.
What ride lasts 15 minutes?
Oh. Mic drop. Here's how J-Lo responded when reporter asked her about Ben Affleck's split rumors point blank.
Listen, I mean, come on. We knew that one was doomed from the start. That Affleck is just all over the place, man.
Is this the latest way to tip shame? Diners call out clever restaurants' sleazy trick. I just read them. How Kimmy K felt about Caitlyn Jenner calling her calculated in docuseries.
Well, I mean, you made an entire celebrity off of quote-unquote accidentally releasing a porn tape, and you were nobody before that. So, yeah, pretty calculated.
Breakout. Florida deputy shatters window to rescue toddler from sweltering car. Dramatic video shows.
I don't know how people in 2024 still leave 1-year-olds in cars in the summertime. It's amazing to me.
Pain in the class. Texas middle school student throws teacher against wall during viral classroom brawl.
There are some kids in this country that need their ass beat, man.
Oh, dear.
Like back in the day, E.T., they didn't play. You touched a kid in my school when they would have beat the hell out of you, and you would have gone home, and the last thing you would have done is say anything to your parents about it.
L.A. restaurant worker brutally attacked as he defended pregnant co-worker from customer upset over his food order.
People, man. People.
Yeah. Go F yourself. Sports broadcaster rips Harrison Butker over controversial speech.
Yeah, so controversial. You really got to be in your feelings to take offense at that.
On the brink.
The ones that take so offense it hits too close to home, Dan. You know, that's the only thing you can say about those kinds of stories.
Message received. Lip reader reveals what Kelly Rowland said while scolding Cannes security guard.
Yeah, she was going crazy on that security guard.
Britney Spears admits she wants butt injections as she shares video on the beach without bikini.
We do not need Britney telling us what injection she needs, nor the feedback that she gets from those claims.
Hold up. Rory has a right to his 13,000 square foot Florida mansion thanks to a solid prenup.
What room is Amanda going to stay in?
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
She's going to be staying in one of those.
Those are some of those New York City headlines, actual headlines.
No, they're disturbing. I mean, it's a good art. It has always been kind of a road map to just how far down the drain we are circling as a society. And I've never ceased to be disappointed, shocked, and confused by some of those stories that you relate to me.
Yeah, they're
I mean, they're hideous. They're terrible. And in some of these things, like, I don't know I don't know when we when we went through the shift that if a 13, 14-year-old person was slapping a woman or a teacher, that another grown-up couldn't come over and slap the bleep out of them. I don't know when. Am I missing something there? I mean, New York City headlines have brought me down. Not going to lie. New York City headlines for a New York City guy, and that's Kyrie Irving. And I think quick math is what tells me why it's more than just the Mavs winning Game 1 last night on the road that makes them a prohibitive favorite. But in first grade, maybe even earlier, you learn that 2 is greater than 1. And it just feels like the Mavs have 2 superstars who in crunch time can go alpha, and the T-Wolves only have 1. He's so young, he's not really there yet.
He's almost likable.
Kyrie,
he just plays
he's
basketball.
Always, well, look at Uncle Drew. Terrifically likable movies. He can be that way. He just,
it's like,
for whatever reason, he can't stand it. Yeah.
Well, it seems like he's finally made a conscious effort. It didn't work right away in Dallas last year.
No, he was sitting out this time of the year.
It seems like he wants to play ball again.
Well, you know what he said, though?
What?
He said after getting there, it does kind of refocus you. Since those early days, he doesn't get out of the first, second round. He hasn't even been to a conference final in 10 years.
Well, there's a lot of guys who haven't been to conference finals ever who are really
good.
But
he's bounced to, quote, super. Let's don't forget where Kyrie left LeBron and went. First, he went to the Celtics.
Yeah.
Just ready-made, tailor-made for success.
Yeah.
Then he went to the super team. He played with Durant and Harden, and now this is 5-6 years ago where these guys are still ultimately apparently in their prime. And now he gets to go play with Luka. So, it's not like he's Bradley Beal, been playing with with the Wizards for all these years.
Yeah.
But is right now playing at that superstar level, and last night both he and Luka looked like first team All NBA level players. And when you asked earlier, is Karl Anthony Towns a star? He's been an all-star a couple of times, but he's not like take over the game star. I mean, to be honest, and I'm a little confused why they let him play this way, but Karl Anthony Towns has become a stand 2 feet behind the three-point line and shoot set shot guy.
I was saying that the other day. Like, man,
Too
get your
much.
behind on the block, man. He's 7 foot tall. Get down in the paint.
Worst thing ever.
He's a really good shooter, though.
Well, worst thing ever could have happened to that dude. He won the three-point contest one year. Remember
That's
that?
the worst thing that could happen.
But I guess if you contextualize it that way, I don't know, man.
Well, here's
all that
Minnesota.
size. I can put a 6-foot guy out there to hit those shots. I need you, like you said.
In the block, man.
I watched enough and listened enough last night. Here's Minnesota with all these 7-footers.
3 of them.
Right? And they're getting all their points from behind the arc.
Yeah.
Here's
the way they played them.
Dallas, who's scoring all their points in the paint.
Yeah. And
It was
Minnesota's a much better defensive team. I would be really inclined. I don't know what the spread is for the next game. I would be really inclined to see the Mavs just kind of mail one in here and get back to Dallas 1-1.
Probably.
Especially if it doesn't go their way early.
Right.
We've had a lot of these playoff games where a team that just feels like they're going to – and it's 44-21 when you look up. I could see this one going that way for Minnesota, but who knows? I cannot get my finger on the T-Wolves. Every time I think they're going and going to win, they lose. And whenever I think, they're not what I thought, they're going to lose, they win.
Yeah, they are. That's a fair point. They looked dead in the water with Denver after they looked like they were going to sweep them. Then they lost 3 in a row. Then they came back and won and won Game 7 in Denver. So impressive.
Where are you on the baseball season? You've been conspicuously silent on that
got a lot
all
of.
day. You got a trip coming up here in a couple of weeks, don't you?
Yeah, we got time. Or
where are y'all going?
We're going to see them play Texas and the Cubs.
Boy, that Braves played in Chicago yesterday. Hick, I don't know if you even turned it on for a second, but it looked like the most beautiful night to be at a baseball game.
Oh, that's good.
The sun was going down. The temperature looked perfect. It was perfectly and the Braves actually won a game, actually hit. They have the 5th worst OPS in baseball. Last year they had OPSs that were better than every team combined.
Yeah, we're horrible.
You've been on a slump, haven't you?
Yeah, we're terrible. We just got swept by Cleveland.
You lost 2 out of 3 to the Marlins.
Again, I sacrificed the season for a Rangers Stanley Cup. We're down 1-0, so I expect us to bounce back. The Rangers, by the way, who won the President's Trophy, they won their first 7 playoff games.
They lost 3 out of 4.
Now they've lost 3 out of 4. They got to turn that around here starting.
What do you make of the Phils? Is where I was ultimately heading. Both of our teams are
Your team's fine. I think the Phils. I think the Phils are
off to the best start since the 01 M's that won it all.
I'll say this. Look at who they've played, though.
They have played a quote-unquote easier schedule, but, I mean, I'm looking at who they played the last 2 days. That's the Rangers. They've gone doubled up 2 days in a row.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I guess that's part of it. But I mean, listen, we've gotten fat on the damn, Marlins and some other bad teams, too.
Yeah.
White Sox we played.
Mm-hmm.
But 36-14 for the Phillies. And what's scary about the Phillies is that Ranger Suarez is the best pitcher on their team right now, and they have 2 good pitchers.
Correct.
And you can thank the Braves. The Braves have made Ranger Suarez. Both years in the postseason, he's gotten this incredible confidence boost of shutting down this purported, one of the best offensive teams in baseball. And now looks like it's taking root. He's 9-0 with like a 1.3 ERA.
But no, the Philly, and again, I'm not saying
36-14,
they're really
but yeah,
good. Yeah, they're really.
To
good.
be honest with you, it feels like the Braves are 10 games back, but I guess technically
they're 6 games back.
Yeah,
I mean, you were like that with the Mets 2 years ago. I mean,
I got to be honest, Hick. I'm not going to be a hypocrite now. I said going in, I'm done. I'm done grinding through. I know we're going to be a playoff team. I'm not going to lose my mind if we fall behind in the division or if we go on a losing streak or we don't win the division. Just get me to the postseason and let's see what happens. We've had home field and the best record 2 years in a row, and it hadn't got us to a second series. So, whatever. Just get me in the field. I like hanging banners and pennants, but in all honesty, Dan, if you go in the last 30 years, I've got more of those than I'll ever need. Division titles. Division titles. I'm not talking about, you win a National League pennant, that's still a little bit more. I don't care if you hang a division title or you hang a wild card banner. It doesn't matter to me. I want to see another run, and I want a championship. Let's do like what the anyway.
Well, it'll be again. It's so early. I mean, we're 50 games in. We're a third of the way. The issue with the Braves, I think, is Acuna's not having a good year. I mean, he's not having a good. A lot of those bats are not hitting like they have, and now could they very easily ramp up in August and September? Sure, they could.
I think they will.
But the numbers aren't going to be what they were a year ago.
No, well, they had a
What's
historic
Acuna got?
year.
3 home runs in 50 games.
He might be up to 4 or 5 now, but I don't know for sure. It might be 3. I
What
don't know.
does Olsen have?
Olsen's up to 7. He's hit a few. They've been carried by Ozuna. The Braves have the 5th worst team OPS since April 25th.
Yeah,
Only the Pirates, Nationals, Cubs, and Reds have been worse. They've gone from the second low. They have the second lowest number of RBI at 75. Only the Reds have fewer.
Yeah. So I mean that's the issue with.
But it's so early that I would I think when we look up at the end of the year that Acuna and Olsen, those guys will have 40 home runs.
Well,
I mean 30 home runs. Not 40.
They ain't gonna have 40.
Not 40. I meant, and I didn't mean to say 40. I meant to say 30. I was.
And 30's okay, but you expect more from a guy who hit 50 something. What did he hit? Olsen
40.
50.
Oh, Olsen hit 54. Braves record.
And RBIs 150, 145. I mean, you can't do that every year. I get that.
No, I get it. Yeah. But Olsen is not. Olsen's on pace to get 30. I mean, again, how many? They played 46 games, so about a quarter of the way through. He's got 7.
Yeah.
So and he's getting hot.
It's a third of the way. 50, 100, 150, right? Aren't we 50 games in?
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll take a break. Make the turn for home next, right here on The Drill.
The Drill on 1010XL. From the studios of Republic Services, we'll handle it from here. Slow your scroll.
Calm down, sit down.
Follow 1010XL on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram by searching 1010XL.
Hi, this is Dale Murray with Murray Automotive Group in Stark and Kingsland. Save yourself from those big city dealers and their fast-talking flim-flam tactics. No matter what your automotive need is, we've got you covered. Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and nobody beats our prices, and I mean nobody. Shazam! Plus our exclusive 15-year, 150,000-mile warranty included on every qualified vehicle. And we'll trade anything from AirPods to fishing rods. Compare our prices online at ShazamAuto.com. Then come see me, Dale Murray. I'll be waiting for you. Shazam!
There's a name you can trust when it comes to servicing your AC system. Bolt City Heating and Air, a family-owned Jacksonville company focused only on the local community. And since the extreme summer temperatures are almost here, schedule your summer maintenance today with Bolt City Heating and Air. Don't be fooled by the out-of-towners, equity firms, and national corporations that use local names. Trust the AC company born in the Bolt City. That's BoltCityAC.com.
Celebrate Memorial Day weekend at Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Don't miss incredible deals like 50% bonus trade-in on all new clubs. Buy any 2 apparel items and receive a 3rd free. And save big on shoes, bags, carts, and travel covers. The more you buy, the more you save. Shop with us this Memorial Day weekend, in store or online. Edwin Watts Golf Shops by Worldwide Golf. Get there.
Men, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE, Prime Men's Medical Center will get your sex life back in just one visit. Their painless, breakthrough medical treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Prime Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Prime Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments will restore your sex life regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. Plus, you'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients will have their testosterone checked free. Call 904-902-8222. 904-902-8222. To regain your sex life in just one visit, call now. 904-902-8222.
The All-Pro Roofing phone line connects you to some of the most sports-connected minds in the country.
You mean you can actually contact these people?
Listen for great phone interviews all day on the All-Pro Roofing phone line.
We'll talk on the phone.
On 1010XL.
Ante up and swing for the greens. Best Bet St. Augustine is giving away a brand new golf cart and cash prizes during our Fairways to Fortune promotion. Now to July 26th. Every hour of poker and table games played at Best Bet St. Augustine earns you a chance to win over $30,000 in prizes, including a top-of-the-line golf cart that seats 6. Visit bestbetjacks.com for details. That's bestbetjacks.com. And we'll see you in St. Augustine.
Hey Jacksonville, Lauren Brooks here from Helmets and Heels for Big Chief Tire. And if you're looking for quality tires that won't break the bank, they've got you covered. With 5 convenient locations around town, Big Chief keeps Jacks rolling. Right now, they're offering $50 off a new set of tires. It's the perfect time to upgrade before you hit the road for summer vacation. Head over to BigChiefTire.com or call 904-932-0950 today to take advantage of this incredible deal. That's Big Chief Tire, 904-932-0950.
This is Keith Catlin for Catlin Truck Accessories, and we are so blessed to be in business for over 100 years. Over 100 years of the best product and customer service means you can count on Catlin. From Roll and Lock bed covers to Lear toppers to cam locker toolboxes, Catlin Truck Accessories has you covered when it comes to your truck or van. We do those too. Got a fleet of vehicles? We can outfit them all.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
One name, one location, 100 years. You can count on Catlin.
Hey, David here with Royal Pest Services. Men, are you struggling in the bedroom? Do spiders and roaches have you scared? Visit RoyalPestServices.com and let us help you get that man card back. Guaranteed results on our first visit.
Get grilling this Memorial Day weekend with Southern Steer. How about marinated steak tips, 5 pounds or more at just $16.99 a pound? Specials listed online run this week from Wednesday to Monday.
For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
This is Hayes Carline for SkyLife Elite. Are you tired of canceled flights, unruly passengers, and layovers? Call my friends at SkyLife Elite. Consider using private charter flights for your next adventure. Yes, you can afford it. Make your own schedule. Fly direct. Drive your car to Craig Airport and get directly on the plane. SkyLife Elite can make that happen. Call 490-9332, go to flyskylife.com, and find them on social media. Fly SkyLife Elite, North Florida's premier private air charter.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
I stopped paying attention to the SEC baseball tournament when my team loses, but there's good baseball at the Hoover Met, which is a fun park. I've had the opportunity to sit in a few times watching my son play baseball, but Arkansas, Kentucky, Tennessee, Texas A&M, South Carolina, LSU, Vandy, Mississippi State, all on the schedule today. If you if you're looking for some college baseball. Good stuff. The conference tournaments are rocking and rolling, and good stuff going on throughout there. This weekend we'll find out who gets in, who gets out. I hope Florida gets in. Sully's never missed a regional, not at Clemson, not at Florida. I hope he gets in, but if he doesn't get in, I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to say we got screwed. I think our resume is good enough, but we have no one to blame but ourselves. So if they choose to not put Florida in, that's fine. I know they got, an RPI that's high, a strength of schedule that's high, but they just were very inconsistent. They were sub 500 in the SEC, which I've always been against in basketball. Teams that are under 500 making it. Again, it's one of those type things like basketball. Are you one of the best 64 teams in the country? Florida is, for sure. But there are other slots that have to go to certain teams, and that's fine. You know what it is going in. You had every reason and every chance to take care of it, and you screwed up over and over and over again. And quite frankly, because you stick to your formula, but maybe in the future, if you get the sense that your team is not performing well, you better pay more attention to those midweek games and make sure you win some of those, because that's what's ultimately going to cost them, the midweek games and the record that they had in the midweek.
You'd like to think you could win those midweek games.
You'd like to, but
without having to try
And listen, midweek
not
games,
all of them. I mean, they always got even in good years, but you can't go 500 against those second-level teams.
One more thing, and we'll get out of here. There was a state championship game, I think, in South Carolina, Powdersville High School against another team. And it's the finals. It's the last game. And it's the 12th inning. So it's going back and forth. And there's a single. You want to look at this single here. So we're going to try to score the winning run and watch the umpire. We're coming around the bend here. We're going to try to score the winning run. There's the throw. Boom. He's out. No, he's not. That's catcher interference, according to ump. So we call him safe, game over. Ooh, that's a tough way to lose, man. I don't know if I wouldn't call that. I mean, I don't know. The bat's in the way. He steps over the bat. He's in the.
Yeah, that's a terrible call.
Yeah, I don't.
These umpires that think they're part of the game. Yeah. There's too many umpires that think that
I don't like
they
that.
are part of the game, and that guy there is just that's terrible, man.
Yeah.
It's terrible to end the season. I would. In today's day and age of video, I would protest. I would protest, and let's go back and do that again, because that's wrong. You big, dumb, fat, blind man.
Well,
you menace to society. Whatever it is you think that brings you out to do this for the kids, stop it, go away, and never do it again.
Yeah.
You are a buffoon.
That's a tough one. I don't like it. Anyway,
make a big deal though. I like throws that hand up.
Yeah.
They take their cues. How do you learn it? You learn about watching Major League games. Those guys are a disgusting representation for what an official should be, and it permeates down through all levels.
Jaguars Today is next.
You bet it is.
We'll be back tomorrow with more.
The Drill from the studios at Republic Services. We'll handle it from here.